Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coin Op Cowboys, the podcast where four guys come together to share their hilarious experiences and insights on a variety of topics. From dating disasters to workplace shenanigans, nothing is off limits on this show. Each week, our four hosts bring a new topic to the table, and you can expect to hear some wild and entertaining stories. We'll share our own experiences and offer our unique perspectives, all while keeping things lighthearted and humorous. This is Coin Op Cowboys, the podcast where hilarity ensues and the only thing we take seriously is having fun. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Angel. My co-hosts are Chris, Ryan, and Steven. So sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh along with us as we explore the absurdities of everyday life.
Hello, everyone. This is the voice of your favorite cowboy, Angel. I say that every week, and repeating that fact's starting to sound silly. Between you and me, the other guys, we all have good banter. The bands are hot, and they bring it every single week. But we know who's got it going on. Full transparency, I'm playing a game right now while we're talking, and they're commenting on how impressive that double kill, a triple kill. Wow. Blowing their minds. Well, anyway, today we have quite the show for you. Ryan talks about a time before the internet when a naked mole rat washed up on shore, making everyone cross their legs and squeeze with excitement. He denies it's a naked mole rat, however. He calls it the Montauk Monster. Let us know what you think in the comments. But first, Chris recalls his first time attending the Electric Dance Carnival, aka EDC, and how the decision led to stories of music festivals that he and his friends will never forget. This is one of my favorite segments because many people don't understand this life lesson until they're much older, so you'll definitely want to listen a few times. But first, Steven talks about things we're not supposed to see, as he recalls a treasure hunt that started with a secret homemade porno he found in the back of his parents' filing cabinet. How many people does he recognize? Stay tuned, and don't change that station. We plan to read your feedback on future episodes, so comment if you want to hear your words on the air. Like, subscribe, follow, and rate us. Be sure to spread the word about this episode to your friends. You're definitely not going to want to miss this one. You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, basically anywhere you get your favorite entertainment. We release a new episode every weekend. So take a listen to past episodes, get all caught up. Update on the game. I'm in second place. I like to do this thing where I close the game, the other person has no idea what's happening, and inflates them with this false sense of accomplishment. Anyway, I just closed the game. Their avatars are lighting up like crazy on the main stage. Let's see what they've got to say.
Oh, you just got banned for rage
I don't
quitting.
give a fuck. They're not going to ban me. They need me. Question, Steven.
Yes.
Answer,
What?
dick and mouth.
Oh, that's he walked into that one. Steven, how many times do you think Ryan pooped since the podcast started at 9 p.m. and you got on?
I think
Over
I
under
think Ryan
one and a
went
half.
twice. It was the first one, which is the initializer, and then he went to get up, and it was like, oh no, and then a couple extra cramps kicked in. He said, I got to sit back down, put his feet back up on the squatty potty, and just had to pinch a few little spicy nuggets out. Maybe it was a sludge. Was it sludge
Pretty
or was it
accurate.
nuggets?
Well, I first sat on the toilet and took a good 5 minutes for anything to come out. And a couple little solids came out. And then I knew there was more, so I kept pushing. And then the sludge gate opened. And I thought I was done. Came back to my chair, put on my robe, and my butthole was like, nope, you are not done. And I sat down and sludge instantly came out.
You know what? Don't you feel so much better now?
But I feel like if I didn't do the initial poop, it might have regressed and solidified.
Yeah, see, you had the dam. The dam essentially had a finger in the hole. The finger in the hole is holding back all that water. You took the finger out of the hole, Ryan.
Is that how you hold yours back?
Yeah, well, I hold my back by crossing my legs.
Steven crosses his legs.
Sitting on the butthole just right, that it puts a little pressure, back pressure.
Ryan, you sent
Yeah.
a picture in the chat of you pooping 1 foot on and 1 foot off of the rug. Is that some kind of strategy? How do you think that helped you?
That's just the rug placement.
That's just
It's
where
a
it
small
is.
bathroom.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it you kept 1 foot warm and the other cold.
No, the only pooping strategy I have is the pumping method. Do you know what the pumping method is?
I don't.
Please tell me.
It's when you rock back and forth. You rock back and forth, like pumping it out.
That is interesting.
It's science.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Coin Op Cowboys coming to you live from Zimbabwe. I am your host, Angel, and we have a wonderful show planned for you. I'm going to introduce the boys as they appear on screen. We're going to get warmed up with a question. Gentlemen, I'm going to call your name, and you're going to give us your best cowboy catchphrase, which we're going to trademark today. And you're going to tell us your biggest pet peeve. So, catchphrase and your biggest pet peeve, starting with Mr. Chris.
Well, yeehaw, cowpokes. Got Chris here. Thought long and hard about this big pet peeve situation, and mine, oh mine, is the pedestrian sidewalk and parking lot road hog.
What does that mean?
You ever be just walking down the sidewalk and maybe you're jogging down the sidewalk? Maybe you're in a hurry to go grab some lunch before you got to get back to work. And there's two people that instead of walking close to one side, they spread out at fingertips and decide to walk super slow. So you have to step into the street to get around them. That's on the sidewalk. And you take it one step further, I'm at Stagecoach, and I'm pulling my giant 30-foot trailer behind me, and there are people just walking down the middle of the road, fingertips, drinking beers, having a good time, and I'm just going 1 mile an hour behind them with my lights on, and no one's moving. And then when they move just a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I can't squeeze past you. I need to turn. I need to pull the trailer. So it's if you're ever trying to park your car and there's just people standing in the middle of the road, so you can't do what you got to do. Road hogs.
Wow. Yeah.
Sounds like-
So sidewalk hogs, road hogs. When you say people standing next to, are they touching fingertips? I don't think I've ever touched fingertips.
No,
with a
they're not
person.
touching fingertips, but they're walking together. But instead of like walking and talking like this, they're walking and talking like this. So you can't go through the middle of them. You have to kind of go
Oh.
around them, but they're taking up the entire sidewalk.
An introvert's worst nightmare. So scared to say excuse me there, Chris.
I do.
Sounds like you're just selfish, Chris. It's not Chris's world.
Some anxiety, a little bit of anxiety.
I'm like, come on, man. Like, and when you drive on the road, slow people drive on the right, fast people drive on the left.
Yeah.
But no, it's more like, hey, man, it's a free country. I can walk as fast or as slow as I want.
This is true America, baby.
Sounds like you have an issue with other people being considerate.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about an animal at
Them
first,
being
and then I
ing-
thought you were making a poop innuendo. Like, I did not know where that was going to go, and it's pretty simple. I feel like an idiot now.
Road hog.
Road hog.
Perfect.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Let's move on to Steven.
Well, I feel like Jigger got a lot of traction for the wrong reasons. Yeah, his minds are in the filthy racist gutter. What's my favorite cowboy catchphrase, you say, Angel?
We're going to trademark this catchphrase for you, Steven. This will stay with you
Oh,
forever.
Man, there's a lot of pressure to just put on me all of a sudden.
I need it now.
Okay. Well,
Trademark office closes in 2 minutes. Go.
I need you to cue the music, that one song that goes do do do. You know that old Western song?
I'm sure Shazam will figure it out.
Duel me, you jabroni. You city slicking, cow turd poking, fart nugget. Copyright that, please. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know how I'm going to fit that on a
I
shirt.
feel like I need more time to think about a catchphrase, man.
Yeah.
No, this has to be like net. Yeah.
Can I
okay.
change mine to let's ride? Like Russell Wilson? Let's ride.
the quarterback?
He's on the Broncos.
That's Nicolas Cage's line, Chris.
Oh, from
Gone in
Gone in
60
60 Seconds? Even I really want it now.
I got it, Angel. This podcast ain't big enough for the four of us.
Oh, game changer, dude. That was quick.
Never doubted you, Steven. Never doubted
And
you.
I spin my revolver and put it back into
Oh.
my holster.
Ryan, I have yours.
All right.
Stop while you're ahead.
Oh, also
right. No, that was pretty cool.
pet peeve. Pet peeve. It's simple.
Yeah, let's hear your pet peeve.
Because this is so obvious to me, because every time I hear it, I want to punch somebody in their fucking mouth. It's when they chew with their mouth open. If I have to hear you eat, I will kill you. I will kill you. And don't get me started on the ASMR crap, Angel. If you fucking touch your mic like that
Lick it,
again, I will
lick
come over
it.
there and sodomize your asshole with the number 6 rebar. Okay, City Slicker?
Texas size 10-4. What's the number 6? I gotta
I think
Google
it's,
what a number 6 rebar is. I don't know. It's-
Number 6, I should know this.
It's
Half
no.
inch?
It's eighth, Steven. So 6 would be 3/4,
You should. But
because 4 would be a half.
3/4, yeah. I know the weights. I deal with the weights, not the,
All right.
the diameters.
Ryan, before you go, I have
10-4.
a catchphrase proposal for you. All right. All right. I'm looking right here, dude, because you can pull this off so beautifully. I just
Ooh.
want you to
Okay, go for it.
sit up straight, lean forward, get right up next to that mic and say, I'm the stuff men are made of. Yeah.
Is that is that
It's
is
on
that a cowboy phrase?
the sub?
Everyday Power Cowboy Quotes for Your Countryside.
I don't know why you said
You dork! You just looked that up.
that.
Whatever
Okay.
works.
Okay.
Ryan,
All
let's
right.
hear your catchphrase, trademark, 1 minute.
That's a good one.
Yippee-ki-yay, bum nuggets.
Solid.
Now you want my pet peeve, do you? So I thought long and hard about this one, and I had a few that came up, and then I read an article from about a person that I find to be the greatest con man of our century, and the world is finally turning on them. The once great Elon Musk. And today he was complaining about what he calls laptop culture and people whining about wanting to work from home. I hate hearing people bitch about wanting to work from home, claiming they're more productive at home and going to the office is a waste of time because they can do whatever the fuck they need to at fucking home. I know each of us in this podcast have had to work throughout the entire pandemic and never had that. And I'm tired of hearing
No.
people bitch about it.
Well, funny story is I worked from home for a little bit.
No, you didn't.
And
You
I
gotta
actually-
go measure shit.
No, there was like a solid 2 months where we just worked from home. We were all super scared of COVID and we all worked from home. But I was also super scared that work would dry up immediately. So I was bidding like crazy to make sure we had contracts at work. I personally hate working from home because those all of the motherfuckers at Target, all the people at Target are working from home. And they're like, oh, why is there so many people at Target? I agree with you. I know it's like really, really looked down upon if you talk shit about working from home, but everybody that's doing it's abusing the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, everyone.
You all know
everyone-
people. We all know personal friends that abuse the shit out of it. And for someone like Elon Musk to say, you know, I think people are more productive in the office and to get freaking demonized about it, I think he's fucking right. Like, yeah, people slack off at home. They do their own personal shit.
Yeah, if I work, whenever I work from home, I get my shit done, and then there's always periods of time where it's like, okay, I'll sit around waiting for an email or a phone call. I'll pick up my Switch and play it, and then finally something happens an hour later, and I get to work again. But if I'm at the office, I can go and talk to people, see what's going on, and find something to fucking do. But people don't answer their phone. People don't answer emails. If you're working from home, you would think they'd be much quicker to do all those things. So that's all you got to do.
You've seen those TikTok videos where they're like, hey, working from home is great. I have like 20 jobs. I'm working from home. And they're like working like several jobs from home, making a shit ton of money because all they have to do is about an hour work a day. And they have like 10 laptops.
It's fabulous. But yeah, there's something to say about that work culture. You can't replace that. If you're working from home, you know, you can't ensure that all your employees are, you know, actually at their computer. I guess you can look at their status, and there's ways to get around that.
Let me ask you, Chris. I want to ask you
What's
something.
up, man?
Since you're a boss dog, you're a project manager, boss dog. Do you notice when you get to the job site, do people behave a little bit differently? Do the workers start to work a little bit harder? Do the guys start to act like they're doing emails faster? The plans get pulled out?
Do, and it's funny because I've noticed it when I've done it too. So I've done it two different ways. When I first became a project manager, I had like a baby face, and I think I was like 27, 28, somewhere in there. So I would just show up with like jeans and a polo shirt, and nothing would change. But the problem was when people would be like, "Hey, I'm looking for the project manager." I'm like, "That's me." They're like, "Oh, you? Are you sure you don't even have gray hair or anything?" So what I started doing is I only wear long sleeve button ups, and I wear my dress pants, and then I would put my boots on, and I grew just a little bit of facial hair out there that made me look older. When I show up like that, plans start rolling out, the breaks resume back to work. I do notice that more often.
It's the same concept, right? I mean, when the manager shows up, everybody starts working harder. When everybody's working from home, there's nobody.
Yeah. You know,
looking
funny
over your
story,
shoulder to
my
make sure you're doing your work.
sister-in-law, she was working for a she had a job where there was software on your computer. The company they just worked for was a very micromanager situation. So they put software on your computer that it would take random interval screenshots every 15 minutes. So every 10 minutes, it'd just be like, boom, So if you're, I don't know, typing up an important letter, you're fantastic. But if you minimized your screen to grab something off your desktop, and it's like, why are you staring at a blank desktop? And then she would come and review it with you at the end of the day. Needless to say, she was like, I need to work somewhere else. That's a little much, which I kind of agree. That's actually the first time I've heard of that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people forget that they're paying you for your time. You're getting paid to do a job. And so if you're not happy with the pay or whatever, that's fine. But, why wouldn't they expect you to get stuff done? People act like, oh, I can't believe they expect me to work. I'm working from home. Like, why are they?
Yeah.
Whatever. A
Yeah.
little rant. Thank you, Ryan, for getting me pissed off.
Ryan, excellent.
I also like that pet peeve. That's
I was reminded on that pet peeve during poop number 2 when the TikTok came up.
Why? What happened?
We must be on the same algorithm because I saw that while I was pooping as well.
Wow, you think we're pooping and watching the same TikTok
Wow.
at the same
I
time?
think so.
Oh my God, you guys
I think
synced
so.
up? That's so cute.
We have a similar. Do you also get lots of women with big bouncy boobs?
I do.
That's just me. Okay.
Angel, are you gonna share a pet
You
peeve?
guys are so cute. All right. Very good, guys. Yes, sir. My pet peeve?
Yeah, it's actually my pet peeve is when the host doesn't share his pet peeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your trademark tagline and pet peeve?
The big one.
I didn't think of one.
What pisses you off? What will get your blood boiling immediately?
Oh, dude. Okay, first and foremost, my catchphrase is I'm nationally ranked, and that's true. I'm nationally ranked,
Yeah.
of course, and everyone knows that, and everyone says that.
I
So
thought it was supposed to be a cowboy catchphrase.
that is a cowboy catchphrase. Prove that it's not
Gotcha.
Texas is a nation.
true. Oh, it's a country. Oh, it's a state. Fuck. All right.
It is the only state that was its own country at one time.
What?
Yeah. Texas was its own independent country before it joined the Union. So it was its
I'm confused.
so the state of Texas,
Yeah.
people moved out there and they created the nation of Texas. And then as the states kept moving westward, they said, hey, Texas, would you like to join the Union? And the Texas Constitution said, I am tentatively joining the Union, but I reserve the right to secede from the Union whenever I would feel like it.
Hell yeah. That's a baller move right there.
So that's why they keep trying to do that every.
Yeah, they keep saying, you know what, we're out of here.
Yep.
That's funny. Look at you.
They put it in the prenup, man.
Sounds like we found Chris's next topic.
Oh, right, dude. Is
Oh,
that where?
baby.
No, I don't even want to sound
The
stupid. Yeah.
Battle of the Alamo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, remember the Alamo?
1822.
That was a good one.
That has nothing to do with it. Great. All right. My pet peeve is when people talk out of their ass.
That's you.
So you.
That's you.
What are you talking about? What are you? No. You ever hear
I'm so
this?
angry with myself.
It's an internal struggle. No, when they talk out of their ass and they really don't know what they're talking about.
That's you.
Like, no, how dare you? How
I
dare
caught
you?
you. I caught you. I
He said
caught
it
you
twice.
talking
I did
out of
not
your
lie.
ass.
I did not lie.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
How
did.
did I lie?
You sent the
I had the screenshot to prove it.
of I won PUBG. Rah, 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 rah. Oh,
I
it was
said I got a
AI.
chicken dinner,
You're
and I sent the
bullshit.
screenshot
But you
that
knew
said
my
my thing said chicken dinner on
You're
it.
dumb. You knew what you were doing. You're talking out of your ass and you knew it.
You're just upset because you had to go through the tutorial. again.
That does really upset me. I
Yeah.
played
Ryan kept getting booted
I-
last night because they said he had suspicious play
Yeah,
activity.
He was hacking.
He was that
He
good.
was hacking.
I
We would get all the
uninstalled it.
guns. We'd be
Reinstalled.
ready to kill people, and Ryan would get booted. And then
Yeah.
Angel would shoot me in the back of the head, and I got pissed.
I just
And
no.
Start a new game. Same thing happened 4 times in a row.
Yeah. No, that
It's uninstalled and reinstalled, and I finished the tutorial today, so hopefully I can play again.
Steven, if anything, it makes me think that Angel probably did that where you happened to be talking out your ass at that moment 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was taking all of my concentration just to figure out how to loot in that game. I don't even remember if I was talking. I was like, what gun is better?
yeah, press an F.
A lot of options in that game now.
It has changed quite a bit.
So yeah, that was so. But I hate that. I
Simple.
hate when like someone tries to say something about something and they really don't know.
Well, don't listen to half of Chris's stories.
What?
Steven might have maybe onto something there.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, that's my pet peeve. So all right, good pet peeves and good slogans. We'll put that on a T-shirt. See if they sell. And if they don't, we'll have a discussion.
All right.
Well, anyway, let's share. Y'all got your topics ready?
Sure.
Are we on episode 7? Is there
We're on
another
episode
sheet?
9.
What? Is there a new sheet?
What, episode 9?
9.
How did we make 9 episodes?
Mm.
I don't think he put a sheet in the box.
I didn't, Chris.
That's why I made my own doc. How are we not canceled yet?
You want me to say a few things that might seal the deal?
Yeah, let's do it. You're not down. You want to play chicken over this?
Hi, my name is Christopher. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Don't come at me.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to say
I'm
something.
not going to pretend.
Yeah, there's the wheel of bullshit.
All right,
That's what
here's
I was
the
waiting
wheel.
for.
Here's the perfect randomizer. We're going to pick our first topic, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go.
Guaranteed it's one of us.
Here we go. Here we go. Who can it be? Who's going to be? Oh,
Definitely not gonna
Steven.
Surprise!
Congratulations,
surprise.
Steven.
All the time. I win all the time.
You're the biggest winner.
All right.
All right.
Steven. I know you've been preparing for this all week.
Yes.
Just every night staying up till 3 a.m. I get those text messages that you're so tired, and I tell you, you know what? It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth
You
it.
don't have to try when it comes from the heart. It just comes right out like a spicy poop sludge.
Cross the legs and squeeze real hard.
But we're not here to talk about things that we smell. We're here to talk about things that we see or things that we're not supposed to see. There are things that we're definitely not supposed to see, right? Like Area 51,
Mm.
classified government documents,
Mm.
Ooh.
billionaires' tax returns, the studio where they shot the moon landing, the porno tape hidden in your parents' filing cabinet. Definitely not supposed to see that, right?
Why not?
Definitely not supposed to see that, right?
What are you, chicken?
It wasn't your parents' porn tape,
Oh,
was
God.
I'll
it?
get to that. I'll get to
Steven, are
that.
you telling us you've seen your parents?
Okay. I'll take you on a little story. Okay, let me take you on a little journey as I pull yet another intriguing excerpt from my ongoing autobiographical segment. This one's entitled "How Steven's Innocence Was Completely Obliterated." All right. The story starts like this. It's like the summer of 4th grade. We just moved houses. We used to live on like the shitty side of town, and we moved over to like, I would say not the bougiest part of town, but pretty close to it. I just graduated 4th grade. Shout out to Mr. K. I'm pretty sure he's dead, but if he's not, shout out to you. He was a cool teacher. Side note, did you guys ever have teachers that like helped you, that had you like raise animals or like take care of animals?
No.
Like
This
taking
teacher
the
was-
taking the gopher home or the hamster or
Like
whatever.
that, but he
Yeah.
took that to the next level. He had a boa constrictor. He had an iguana, which bit me, a little fucker, made me bleed. He had a guinea pig, a chicken, some other bullshit. But anyways, cool guy. He used to hand out baseball cards as like prizes for getting answers correct. He was like my teacher. Anyways, back to the story, back to the porno. I'm at home, 4th grade, punk ass little kid, being a little punk ass, like always, you know, fighting with my sister, you know, causing trouble, whatever. I don't know what I did that like specific day, but my mom got pissed off. She took something away from me, and I can't really remember what it was. I want to say it was like an action figure or a video game. I can't remember, but she took it because I was playing with it. And she said, "Fuck you, I'm taking this away from you." And she went into the office and hid it. I kind of pissed, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let my mom pull this kind of like stunt on me. I'm not going to let her be pulling one over on me. I'm going to go wait till she leaves. And I'm going to go in that office and I'm going to find it. And I think it was later that day, she went to Costco. And at that point in my life, I was given the option of, do you want to stay home or do you want to go with me? I don't know. What age was that for you
It's
guys?
about the same. 4th, 5th grade.
About fourth, 5th grade. That
Yeah.
was luxury.
And as soon as they leave the house, I go to channel 99 and wait for the boobs to align.
Exactly. See? We are on the same page here. But like, I didn't know this yet. So she leaves. She's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going to stay here." Like, I'm thinking I'm going to go find my fucking video game. So she left. I like run into the office. I heard her opening and closing the filing cabinet, like the big metal kind. So I could hear her do that. So I said, "Oh, it's going to be in there. So I went to open it, but it was locked. But I already knew where the key was. I knew it was under the keyboard. I've seen my mom get it before. So I grabbed the key. I go over to the filing cabinet, unlock it, pull out the big motherfucker, and it's just files and shit in there. And so like I'm digging through the files and get all the way to the back, and I see my video game. I'm like, cool. But like behind the video game was like a big VHS tape, like a home, like the home video kind, the big fuckers.
Oh no!
in a white sleeve, like, you know, it's like just a blank tape in a white sleeve. And dude, I'm innocent. I don't know, like what? Go ahead.
Was there a title? Was there a title
Nothing.
on the tape?
Completely blank. No
Steven's
label.
birthday.
Solid.
But we had a lot of home videos back in the day, so this looked normal to me. But I'm like, why is there a home video in the back of the filing cabinet? And so I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so the next time I had opportunity, I went back and grabbed the tape, and I popped it in the TV, and I pressed play.
Oh no!
And I'm an innocent kid. Remember that, Ryan? I don't even know why I get boners. I don't know why I get boners. I think they're bad.
To this day.
I still think they're bad. But like at that point, I thought it was embarrassing you'd get a boner. Didn't know anything. I thought vaginas were right underneath the belly button. And that was about the extent I knew about sex. So I pressed play, and right away, it's halfway through. It wasn't rewound or anything. It was right in the middle. And boom, luckily, it was not my parents.
Oh god!
God damn it.
Woo! We were going down a long road there.
It was just like a regular, like professionally made porno that you could get from the video store back in the day, like in the back section. My dad must have like recorded it, made a copy of it. Dude, I'm fourth grade, man. It goes right to the hardcore shit, man. It goes right into like the dude plowing her. And he's just fucking going to, dude, I'm sitting there wide eyed. I'm like, don't know what any of this is, dude. He fucking pulls his dick out and like comes all over her face. And I'm just watching. And of course, the thing I think of first is, oh my God, you have to pee on their face to get them pregnant?
So it was educational.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. I'm getting so many bad lessons from this tape. Like, dude, okay, so I get super scared, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be seeing this. Like, I'm super like nervous, scared, turned on, boner, everything. And I freak out, like worried that my mom's going to come home any second. So I'm like scrambling. I don't know what to do. I rewind it back to where I think it started. And I put it back in the case, put it back in the filing cabinet, locked it, put it away, everything. And then for like a week, I was stressing out that they're going to notice that like it wasn't the same spot they left off at. And I'm going to get in trouble. Like, I'm going to get in trouble. And I never got caught. So a little bit went by, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch the tape again.
Man, kudos to you to having that mindset. Like, imagine like some other kid would just watch it all the way to the end and then not rewind it, which was a major pet peeve in the 90s.
Please be kind, rewind. Yeah, so that moment changed my life forever. I would love to say I never went back to watch it, but I did. I watched it a lot of times, and it kind of taught me how to jerk off, and that's kind of my origin story of how I learned to jerk off. And yeah, back in those days, there was nothing coming out. It was great. I think I've talked about it on the podcast in the past, but
yeah.
And to this day, your parents know that you know what they like.
Well, see, I don't know the full story because I never talked, and I have an open relationship with my parents. I could talk to them about everything. I've never told them about this, and I don't think they've ever found out. Dude, the tape, the location of the VHS tape, and there was other ones like throughout the years that would pop up, but like they would change. Oh, it was in the office. Oh, now it's in like my dad's workbench, or like, you know, like it would just be different places. And I would always find it. Because dude, back then there's no Pornhub. Dude, that was the only thing that like I could find. Like, so I would always be watching it throughout the day. So whatever.
Did you? You're like a Sherlock Holmes of these hidden porn
Yeah.
videos. So, honest question: have you used your powers to find any of your friends' porn videos?
I'm not. I don't think that is even a cool thing anymore because everybody just has free porn all over the place. So like the beauty of the VHS porn tape, like that's gone. Like we live in a super saturated world where seeing tits isn't even that exciting anymore. But
Hey, Steven, I had a VHS moment.
yes.
I was at a job site, and this job site was this big plot of land, and it was a bunch of houses that were abandoned. And so I was walking the site, taking pictures, trying to document like, okay, I'm paying to remove all this stuff. So if more stuff comes on, then you're gonna owe me a change order. So I was trying to document all that. So I'm walking by one of these houses, and there's just all this trash from inside is littered outside. And I take a picture of this sketchy area, and I send it to my few of my friends. And there was like weird stuff around. There was like nudie mags, but they would like poked holes in the pictures in the nudie mags. There was like there was needles, there was random beer balls and stuff. But I send the picture, and someone points out, they zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. There was a bunch of VHS tapes on the ground, but there was one tape that was in that copy sleeve. And they said, "Whoa, hey, time out. Chris, walk over and pick up that tape that's copied." And I slide it open, and it says The Ring on it.
Shut up. That's real?
It does. And so I'm holding it, and they're like, "Chris, you got to bring that back, and we got to watch it."
Don't do it.
So my wife goes, "I have my old VHS. It's in the garage right now." So I put this in my truck, and I drive home, and I leave it in my garage for like 2 weeks or something. And then we get together and we hook up the VHS, and we're about to put the tape in. And I say, "Okay, guys, time out. This is getting like real sketchy. What if we put this on and there's like some weird shit on it? Like there could be, I don't know, they could be like slaughtering a goat or something random." Like my brain was just going everywhere that this thing could be. And we put it in, and it was a copy of The Ring.
Just a straight up copy.
Oh, so it was just the ring.
So
Yeah, it was just The Ring.
I want to know.
It was still
I want
terrifying.
to know, Ryan, Angel, Chris.
Yeah.
When's the first time that you were exposed to pornographic materials? Start with Ryan.
It must have been channel 99 for me.
So like, the distorted boobs. I
Yeah.
think that was my first too.
Yeah.
Like the porno tape was clear and obvious, but like you could see a titty
Yeah.
sometimes on those other ones. Yeah.
It was the greatest. I do remember
It was.
finding like my brother's like raunchy ass hustler stuffed into like a shoebox in the back of the closet when I was like 12 years old. It was
Fellow detective.
It was so ghetto. I thought it was the funniest thing to find, and then to tease him.
Yeah.
Like, "I know what you have back there. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about."
One time walking home from school, me and like 4 buddies found like a little like smaller magazine in the gutter, all like ripped up and like all gross, but we'd open it up and there's like chicks in it naked, and we all fought over that little magazine. Like, "No man, I want to take it home. No man."
It's mine. I
Dude,
saw
it's
it first.
disgusting. The thing was in the gutter. Like we didn't give a fuck
Oh,
at the time.
walking
Chris, when
around.
was the first time?
I got another one before Chris.
Okay,
I'm cutting
yeah.
in line. I remember going to Vegas as a kid, like probably like 9 years old, and there's just like cards of like naked
Yeah.
ladies with stars on their boobs everywhere. I was like, "Oh, what is this? This is great."
Yeah.
That was it for me. We went to Vegas for a friend's family wedding, and I found one of those in the gutter, and I'm like, "What is this?" And then I was like, "There's another one. There's another one. They're everywhere. People are just giving these out."
You got to call Star to your hotel room tonight.
Yeah. Angel,
Yeah, what was the question? Porn video?
the first time you were exposed to pornographic materials.
Pornographic material?
Yeah, like a Playboy or whatever.
JC Penney, baby. JC
Oh, the
Penney.
Sears catalog does not count.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something about them unmentionables, okay?
Oh God,
It's quality stuff, all right? You got Tracy with the lacy.
dude, the stuff you would jerk off to as a kid though, like totally stupid. I would jerk off to fucking like the chick on the shampoo bottle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care.
I remember.
Wow.
Didn't
There you
matter,
go.
dude. Did not matter.
I remember
It was like,
there was a 24-hour fitness commercial that used to come on when I was a kid, and I was like,
yeah.
just always waiting for it. It was like 2 seconds. I was like, that's all I need. That's all I
you
need.
need. There was no DVR back then. You got to make it count. He's ready. Every commercial break, dude, he's
I
fucking
knew it was
lotioned
coming.
up.
It was coming.
Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. The point of the thing is seeing things that you're not supposed to see at an age or time when you're not supposed to see it. So I don't know if you guys have any other stuff that you were not supposed to see. Love to hear the stories.
I'm not supposed to see?
Yeah, like I'm not supposed to see a porno when I'm in 4th grade. Not good.
Crickets.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough question to improv. Anyways, that's the end of my segment. I will have several autobiographical pieces of my childhood that will be inserted once in a while. I have poop stories. The anthology will continue in later episodes, so stay tuned. Cow turd burgers.
Never too many poop stories.
Yeah, but I don't want to do them all at once. You know, I gotta save some of those.
Yeah, boy, Stevie. You got to savor them.
Yeah.
Get the build up.
Thank you, Steve. Oh, actually, hey, I remember.
What you weren't supposed to see?
I was 14 years old,
Yeah.
and there was a terrible pawn shop where I lived down the street. And let's just say I went to that pawn shop and they sold a certain type of video. It's not meant for children. Well, as you can probably assume from my appearance, I looked older than I did. You know, I was 14. I looked like I was 20. So in I walked and I said, "Hello, sir." Said something about the weather. Picked one up and I bought it. I went home and popped it in, and it was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah.
Was it just black men, or was there like
No.
a white and a black guy?
I don't discriminate, but yeah, it was just normal, whatever that is.
Normal,
Big
just
thugs.
missionary.
It was it was big thugs and dick tugs, the homoerotic
What did you watch?
adventure of Mandingo and
Mandingo's a beast. You all ever seen Vlad the Impaler?
no.
What? You haven't seen?
I don't know my
fucking-
male talent by
Are
name.
you
It's
serious?
just
No, dude. This one you
Wiener
need.
one and Wiener
What's his
two.
name? Hey, Chris, you were like nodding. You know Vlad?
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler was he was the guy that fought off when the Turks were working their way up into
Chris, it's a porn
England,
star.
but he also
Pretty
turned
sure.
but he also turned out to be
Pretty sure
Dracula.
he fought his way into some Turk. But let me see.
Oh, we're not talking about the real Vlad the Impaler. We're talking about the porn star.
yes.
You've never seen this guy? Okay.
All I know is the dude that like dresses up like a doctor.
Mhm.
He's always
Johnny
he's always
Sins?
in scrubs.
Johnny Sins.
I don't know any other of the male talent. Like I see like the same guy in all these different ones, and dude, they're the worst. They're always the
You
worst.
ever played Grand Theft Auto? Like,
No, I never
I
heard of
think
it.
it might have been like Vice City, but when I went over to my friend's house, they like got a copy of Grand Theft Auto. And so besides like the things you could do in Grand Theft Auto, the one thing is they do create strip clubs there. And I didn't realize that. So we'd all be like huddled up, like, oh, go in the strip club, oh, it lets you in the strip club. And they were like, oh, they're like legit topless in the strip club.
Right.
So that was a little bit of a
Speaking of
surprise.
video games with erotic content, do you remember that game BMX XXX?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
So we were at Blockbuster back in the day, and I pulled a fast one on my mama because she's stupid when it comes to video games. And we were in the rental aisle, and I seen it, and I knew people at school were talking about it, that they had naked girls in this BMX game. Which, why would they have naked girls in a bicycle game? Anyways, I tell my mom, "Hey, mom, this is a cool new BMX game," you know, because I was always into bikes, skateboards, rollerblading, whatever. And I'm like, I want to get this one. And she's like, "Oh yeah, not a problem. Just, you know, put it in the basket or whatever." And I was just like standing there. The guy was checking us out, and dude was a homie. He didn't do shit. Dude, he's checking it out. It says like adult only on it. And he's just like, dude, he just swipes it, puts it in, doesn't even do anything. Gives me a little
Did he
wink.
give you Yeah,
You
okay.
gotta unlock these videos, right? So you play the game and you get enough achievements in the game that it unlocks like stripper videos at the end, dude. Oh, I played that 5 days straight. Didn't play any of the biking.
It was probably so pixelated and shitty.
It was good, dude. You should look up the videos. It was real girls.
Oh, but I'm too busy. Angel just sent us a link that says monster dicks. I'm not clicking that.
It is literally him. And I found a safe link, so
It's just the GIF plays in the website up here.
Here, Ryan, I'm gonna post the videos for.
What the fuck is this? Oh, square boobs, awesome. The controversy says all.
That's BMX XX is
No,
horribly
no,
pixelated
you gotta
titties.
get the. You got. Go to this link right here. How do I chat?
Lower right hand
Why
corner.
don't you just share it,
How do I
Steven?
do that?
The share button at the bottom.
Oh, you'll see it if I share it.
Like that little
Oh, screen share.
Well, I'll
yeah,
share
screen
after.
share.
Getting this?
No, I see his
I can't.
gray.
Oh, there we go.
there it
This is
is.
great. There it is. Yep. Video. Gotta hit
That's not
play.
it.
That does not look like a video game.
Oh.
Okay. All
Is
right.
that it? I can't. Oh, it's
way.
no, it's too
Yeah.
slow. It's like it's like plays for it's frozen
Yeah.
and then it's 5 seconds, frozen, 5 seconds, frozen, 5 seconds.
Vindication, though.
I'll just post
Man,
it.
I can't wait for certain of our listeners to call out that we're talking about something we can see and they can't, and they're like, "Don't you know we're on Spotify?
Yeah,
I can't see this
the-
Yeah,
shit."
true.
Why, Angel? I don't want to see this.
That looks like an artificially inflated. You know they can inject
That's a real
stuff
man.
into it.
That's a real man.
No,
that's a person.
Obviously injected with
His
fat.
name is Vlad.
Did you know that there's a surgery they can do where they basically put like lip filler into your dick, and that's what it looks like. That
I didn't know that, but
do you want to describe to the viewers what we're seeing?
it is.
You know, what was
anyway.
a big gateway when I was a kid was wrestling.
Oh.
Because the divas were very suggestive back in the day.
Yeah.
The Sable,
yeah.
watching WrestleMania, waiting for a nip slip.
and they'd have like the bra and panty match. And the straight goal was just to rip their clothes off. Like,
Oh no!
Mom, I want to watch the wrestling match. It's just a bunch of big, muscly steroid guys going at it. Oh, okay, hon. Just fucking watching the lingerie bowl. Can you imagine being gay when you're a kid and you just be like doing normal guy things, but the whole time just turned on because it's because you're probably not out of the closet yet, so you're just like watching wrestling. You're like, oh, this is cool. Whatever. Never.
No, great topic. Kept wanting to say story, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing topics, guys. Great topic.
Back to
The topic was things that you weren't supposed to see.
I
Back
know
to
I
the
wasn't
wheel of
supposed to
shit.
see that, and you guys weren't supposed to see that. Obviously, it was Barney. I assume it was Barney.
The users out there, the listeners that want to know what was going on in Angel's video, there was a dude with a 10-inch dong that was artificially inflated with lip filler or some sort of fat injections. The girth was no less than 13 inches around.
At least.
Yeah, it was a
It
tuna
was
can
It was
for
a
sure.
tuna can. It was more like a smart water bottle, if you've seen the big ones.
Yeah.
And a girl was just trying her darndest to put it all in her mouth, but I don't think she made it past the tip. It was I think her eyes were bigger than her stomach. But she had a cute little booty jiggle going on the whole time, so whatever.
Great.
Ryan came.
Yeah.
Did you?
I see what you did there.
I don't get it.
I wasn't talking out of my ass, Angel.
Okay.
I've researched ways to make your dick bigger.
Not surprising, but have you researched successful
I
ways?
have a few friends in need.
10-4. All right. Thank you, Steven. Next.
All right.
But Steven, can it make your dick bigger and increase hair growth? Is that the friend we're talking about?
Trade-off. It's trade-off. One or the other. You either have lots of hair or you have a big dick.
I don't understand how do they correlate?
Do you know that hair loss is usually tied to like high levels of testosterone?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Male pattern baldness is tied to higher levels of testosterone.
Where's the science behind that?
Oh my God. Go look up DHT, the testosterone thing that gets into your hair follicles and restricts the blood flow.
Oh yeah. So when you're taking pills that help grow your hair, it is decreasing your
It's blocking
testosterone,
it.
which is bringing your
It's
drive down.
blocking
Ah.
specific types of testosterone.
They should fix that.
That's why there's with the most popular drug, Propecia, finasteride, it has sexual side effects, and some people experience impotence and lack of sex drive and some other stuff.
Wait. So I think what you're telling me is if I see a bald dude in his mid 30s, he probably gets down all
True.
the time then.
Yeah. He probably is a super horny
Accurate.
person that likes to fuck.
Yeah.
Sweeping
Just
generalizations.
all the time.
Because sex drive is only based off your testosterone, not about any other thing.
Right.
10-4.
And if they're also Angels and Patriots fans, then they fuck extra hard.
Oh, extra. Yeah.
What? All
Yeah.
right. Let's do the spin. I don't know what the fuck you guys are referencing, but here's the
right.
spin.
Back to
So-
the wheel of shit.
We're just pandering to our fan club.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sprinkling some giant
Tom
breadcrumbs.
Brady.
He's retired.
Is gonna be unretired pretty soon.
Dude, Mel told me that the gossip is he's getting at Kim K.
Dude, every girl in the country is trying to
Dude.
get at him.
That would be a big change in direction if Kim K went for Mr. Brady. That's not her typical clientele.
That was the top Google search. Tom Brady responds to Kim K dating.
I doubt they would,
Man.
but whatever. She seems to have like switched her kind of philosophy on life. Like, she's like the lawyer thing now, and it's all a bunch of nonsense. I hate celebrity worship, but I do care about athletes.
Well, so I think the unique trend here, the common denominator is Kim K likes good-looking, successful men, and that is the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Are you sure about that? Explain butthole eyes, Chris. Explain butthole eyes.
Yeah. AKA, what's his name again? Pete
Davidson.
Pete
What?
Davidson.
Dude, that's like the neighborhood bicycle. That dude gets passed around. But dude, he's getting passed around by like the hottest women that we know. So like, who's the real loser here?
I think it's the way he talks, honestly.
He's just a funny dude that represents no drama.
Yeah.
And the girls love it because their whole life, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And he makes them laugh and they like it. And he has a big dick.
Yeah. Dude, it's like going on vacation, but the dude is the vacation.
Yeah.
So it's like going on
They
vacation.
date him for like 4 months and then it's over and it was cool. It's chill.
Yeah, we've all had a ride. He was a nice guy. We had a good
He
time.
was with Kate Beckinsale. That's like an all-time dream of mine. Ariana Grande, another dream. Kim K, I mean, that's like royalty. I mean, I don't know if she's really my cup of tea, but I would have to, right? Like, you kind of have to. I feel like Tom Brady kind of has to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have to what?
He has to be with her. If she says she wants you, you have to do it. It's like Medusa or Cleopatra, whatever, the one that seduced her.
I don't know.
Cleopatra.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Medusa just like turned him to stone, huh?
Yeah.
Made him rock
That's
hard.
Turned him
Yeah.
rock hard. Oh, whatever. I'm just waiting for the next topic.
Jesus Christ, are you?
Improving.
You know,
Fucking
Angel,
swear to
if
God.
I see you play with that goddamn headset this time, I'm gonna flip this table over.
Next up? Oh, God, I just got real dizzy.
1 second of VR. I'm so dizzy. I'm so dizzy.
I'll do it.
All right, here we go.
Spin that
Steven is off the board. We have Ryan and Chris. Spin the wheel, Raggedy Man.
Spin the
wheel.
wheel.
Angel,
of
I
shit.
know that wheel can get way more decorative. I expect
No,
I
Big
expect
money.
more.
Big money.
And it's Chris.
Oh.
Saddle up,
Whoa.
yeehaws.
Fabulous. Chris, what'd you bring for our Jigger Bosses today?
The Lebanese War of 1455, back when Prussia was still around.
All right, some Buckaroos. Finally get the number 2 seed here. It's gonna be exciting. But it starts out. It's gonna start out exciting. You're gonna love it. Stay tuned. Buckle up. Steven and I were out of college, living together, finding out our careers. I was kind of like in a low spot in life with a sudden borderline delusional confidence in my own ability to chase the thrill. Step out, do things we only talked about doing someday. Steven and I found ourselves standing there looking out off the edge into one of the life's greatest adventures. When it dropped, the song Clarity. I woke up one day and said, Steven, do you want to go to EDC? And he's all, is that the Electric Daisy Carnival? Yeah, you betcha. He's like, I've always thought about going. You want to go? And I said, let's do it. Boom. So we decided to go year 1. And if you don't, for the folks out there who are not familiar with Electric Daisy Carnival, it's basically a 3-day music festival, but it's EDM, electric dance music, dubstep, Skrillex, all kinds of good stuff like that. So they hold it in Vegas. And it's 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in June in the middle of the desert. But the kicker is the timeline is from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m.
Sun up or sundown to sun up.
Yeah. And so Steven and I, we just balled up and rolled out there. We said, let's do this. So we stay in Vegas. We're hanging out during the day at the pool, and then the lights start going down. Let's get ready. We get on the bus. We get out there, and we just, in the middle of this motor speedway, you have like 9 different stages, all this different music going. And we went out there and had a killer time. It was fantastic. The one struggle that I remember we had, Steven, was trying to stay drunk or even stay buzzed, I would say.
You guys are animals.
Okay, first of all, I want to interject for a second because we were living together in Placentia at the time, and Chris was newly single, or he had been single, I don't know, newly-ish, and he's learning how to date. He's like dating and doing all these crazy things, and he just randomly asked me this one day. And he's Mr. Country Boy, never does anything like that. And he's just like, Steven, what do you think about EDC? And I go, I like that kind of music. And I like my buddy Ricky was always going to stuff like that. And I'm like, I've always wanted to go, man. But I heard they get like AIDS needles there. And they're gonna stab you with the AIDS needles. But like,
Jesus Christ.
Okay, like it's just a stupid ass urban legend or whatever. But Chris is asking me, I'm like, I don't know what it was, because I honestly was really nervous to go to something like that. But since Chris was like, dude, I'm breaking out of my shell to go do it, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in. I'm going to break out of my shell to do it.
Nice.
Let's fucking go.
So, yeah, what most of what he's saying is true. And the sensory overload that you'll experience as you go down into the stadium for the first time is just I've never experienced anything like that. Continue, Chris.
Oh, it was so good. Like, I feel like I didn't even know who, the only name I knew of was Skrillex.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure if he was playing, or he was in a new band called Dog Blood, maybe at the time. I don't know. But I said, hey, we're just going to go and have a great time. And there's like a hard dubstep section that's like it's like the bass is going at the same rate as your heart pumping. So that was pretty intense. And Steve and I, we cranked through it. We had to keep running back and getting beers. And it was a mess.
It is hard to stay drunk there. Most people don't drink there. People do other stuff there. Me and Chris are not on that level, but do you remember Major Lazer?
Ooh, Major Lazer.
It was like
I love Major Lazer.
When we first got there, it was like the first night, and we went right to Major Lazer, and it's just like Diplo and these other guys, and they just do like all this upbeat, like they get the crowd involved, do this, do that. And it was our first, like pretty much our first band that we saw. They're like, take off your shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And we like take off our shirts, and they're like, wave them in the air and like throw them up in the air. We like fucking don't have our shirts anymore. And we're like jumping around, acting like fools. It was like the most fun. I was like, Chris, this is the best idea ever.
So good. We got to keep going. And then I remember looking at Steven and being, all right, well, I guess it's time to walk out, as the sun was starting to rise. So we're walking out to this sea of buses as the sun's coming up. We get on the bus and pass out, and because it's like a 45-minute drive back, because they can't take you down the 15 freeway. We had to go like across the military base on dirt roads or something. It was a mess. And so we get back to the hotel room and we just sleep all day trying to recover. And we had Popeye's chicken.
Yeah, we did.
And then it was like, second night, let's go do it some more. And this time we're going to drink more. We're going to drink shots. And it was more of the same. But they had like carnival rides there, like Spinatron things. There was other cool like light stuff to do. And it was just really interesting seeing people get all hide out, like the little fingertip gloves.
Ooh,
and they were like
I love
doing
those.
the fingertip glove dance for people. Yeah, it was a great time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a core moment, and like Steven said, it was so much fun to just be there at the Major Lazer. His set was the best
There
by
was
far.
a few fun stories about that trip that Chris is not mentioning right now. But
I am pitching it to you, Steven. Tell us how it went.
So first of all, it wasn't just me and Chris. We had a third wheel. This girl that will remain nameless, who went on the trip.
Wait, do we know this person?
No.
I don't think anybody in
People
our
might know who she
listener
is. I think
group?
they know who she is.
Yeah.
But she came.
Yeah, they'll piece it together.
She came on the trip, and some people know her fondly as Super Bowl girl.
Right?
Yes.
Some people know her as Super Bowl girl.
I have no idea.
Because during a Super Bowl, Chris decided that was his entertainment for the night. Sorry.
All right.
Good time to hit it.
You can tell Angel what you want to edit it out. But anyways, she went on this trip with us because she was experienced with like EDC and like with raises, and she was going and we were going.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I'll just show you guys what to do, all this stuff. So she piggybacked.
I'll be the tour guide.
Yeah. So she piggybacked into my bed as well. And I remember having sex with her many times with Chris sleeping next to us. I hope he was sleeping.
Dude, best threesome. My first
It's
and best
happening,
threesome.
guys. We're living.
I was like, hey, do you want, what is the term? Like, what is the term for like two guys and one girl? I don't even know.
Oh, is that what it is?
Devil's threesome. Yep.
I don't remember. I pitched that idea to her. She was like, no way.
The wobbly H. Come on.
Eiffel Tower,
Yeah.
Big Ben.
But she came along to that journey, so that was the fun part. You know, that was fun.
It was.
For me. But during the event, me and Chris were trying our best to stay drunk, and it was hard because you had to like go off to the beer vendors, get your beer, come back, whatever. And we didn't have any other way.
You're sweating your beer
Yeah,
out.
it's hot. So we got asked by this like random chick in a backpack. She's like, hey, you guys want to buy a joint? We're like, yeah. And we like both don't really smoke. And Chris definitely doesn't smoke.
Fantastic
So we
idea.
buy this
Yeah.
random joint off some random person in the crowd, and we fucking smoke a bunch of it. I don't know, man. We just did stupid shit. I don't know any other.
To this day, I feel like she just gave us like a paper
Yeah.
straw because I swear there was
Were you guys
like
like, do
nothing-
you feel it
nothing
yet?
there.
I don't know.
I know we were doing that whole shit where you like look at it. Do you feel anything? No.
What's mine say?
I wonder
Dude.
how stupid we looked thinking back on it.
It's
Like
probably an AIDS needle.
it was probably an AIDS needle.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I wonder how stupid we looked. But we were the right age, and I feel like we tried to dress. Chris would wear like the fun clothes. Dude, he would go like on the nose with it too. Like his clothes were like rave, rave, rave. Do you know Molly? Rave, rave, like super like
Yeah.
he like
Mhm,
really got it. It's
mhm.
like going to a country concert and dressing all in American flags. Like that's what he did for EDC.
Oh yeah, that's what I did for the colors. The shirt. There was one night where a shirt where it was like a fist, like power, and then but it had a bunch of glow sticks in his
Yeah.
hand.
That's cool.
So it was like power the glow sticks, and we brought a bunch of glow sticks too. Actually, I took a whole tube of glow sticks in, and that's how we were smuggling the liquor
Yeah.
inside.
What a trip, dude. I always say to this day, I've been to a lot of Coachellas, but the EDC 1 and EDC 2 that I went to were by far my favorite experiences in terms of like music festivals that I've ever been to. The number 2 was more interesting because we brought, I think I went 3 times. The second time was was she around or was that the third time?
Mhm. Yeah. So the second one I had had year 2 here on my notes, and the big thing we did there it was you, me, Tanya, and then it was like 2 or 3 of your
Yeah.
cousins.
And like the chick I was dating at the time, Milena.
Yeah. So we had this idea. We said, hey, let's do Pokemon theme.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. And I remember Tanya was like doing this bead bracelet that had like it was like a Charizard or something on it, but it was a bunch of individual beads put together that took her forever to put together, and it looked fantastic. And then so we're getting our setup going. So I went with like Blastoise. So I had like a blue tank top on, I had a blue backwards hat, and I put the eyes on there, and that had like a turtle backpack. So she was going as Pikachu, and then I think everyone else was going as characters. So like Steven was Ash, and then there was a Professor Oak, there was a Misty, and I don't remember what the other one was wearing, but they were all characters.
My
right?
cousin was Professor
Now
Oak. It was Misty. Tanya was Pika Boobs. It was just like Tanya with like a yellow
Yeah.
bikini on.
There you go.
And, like, Pikachu.
Well, so it was funny when I was telling her about it. She was like, "All right, I'm game. Let's do this." And she looked into it, and she looked at what people wear at raves. And if you have not been to a rave, basically the girls just go there in neon colored bikinis
Or
for the
less.
most part, and then they'll put different things on there. Yeah, more or less. So her being a good sport, she's like, "All right, I'm down." So she's putting like neon colored fishnets on, and she's got this bikini, and she does the bikini top where she's putting like cool rhinestones and stuff, and then she put like a Pikachu hat thing on, and she gets all dressed and she comes out and she looks at Steven, who's wearing blue jeans and the Ash Ketchum shirt on, and then she's looking at Professor Oak, who is wearing pants and an overcoat, and then the Misty wasn't even like it wasn't like a bikini top Misty, it was a full ride yellow shirt Misty with normal shorts on.
Exact cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, oh, we're not going slutty. I'm she's like, I need to go put more clothes on. So she went back and started adjusting her costume.
Dude, it was so hot. I wore a full Ash Ketchum costume, dude. I was sweating out my fucking taint, dude. It was so awful.
Yeah.
But funny enough, that's like the only fun Tanya had there. Dude, she fucking hated that place, bro. Like, we talked up a lot of people to EDC. We're like, this is the best experience ever. It's going to be so fucking sick. It's going to be awesome. Dude, half the group was like, after night one, yeah, that's not for me. I'm not going to go back in.
Can we skip the next night? You guys want to stay till 7 a.m.? Are you crazy? How about let's tap out like midnight-ish? Kind of see
Ricky
where it
was
goes.
a good time there.
Yeah.
Ricky's always. Remember that was the America. It was the FIFA World Cup, so everybody had their flags. There was Mexican flags and Brazil flags, Germany flags. Like we had the USA stuff going on, and like everybody there was like repping their country. It was super cool. I missed that.
Yeah, that was good ones, and that was one where Ricky was like, "Hey man," when the main stage would come on, he would say, "Dude, let's get up to the front." So he had this like pool noodle that he called a totem and put something cool on the top so that when he would walk through the crowd, we could all follow that one totem he had.
That's pretty smart.
And so we go to the corner of this speedway, and this stage is freaking huge.
Unbelievable.
We're talking, I mean, it was like the biggest stage, and then they decorated. I think that year it was like a big owl, or it was a bunch of mushrooms, something. But we're talking about this thing's like, I don't know,
stories,
like 200 feet high. Yeah, it was moving, and its eyes were moving, and then it went long and wide too. And then at the front, you see this itty bitty little table where the DJ's at. So, but it was all visuals.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, but. How does that compare? It's just not even comparable to like Stagecoach and stuff because it's so different. It's so different.
Yeah, I was that was the kind of the other thing I had on here was the Stagecoach and the Coachella, and the vast different. I mean, it's still a music festival, but it kind of goes about it differently. Like the first thing, like EDC, there was no rush for tickets because, well, I guess all you do is you have a ticket to walk in. That's it. But I've been to both Stagecoach and Coachella. Stagecoach normally doesn't sell out on their tickets. It's not too bad, but Coachella, you get on okay, tickets are going to go on sale at 10 o'clock. You have this big group chat and everyone's like, okay, go, click the button, try and get the tickets. And then you may or may not get in. And I think the year I went, did we go year one?
For what?
With Ricky, to Coachella. I can't remember if I went one or two with you guys, but anyways, that one was more difficult, but it was. I remember when we were setting up for Coachella, you do car camping, so they give you you bring your car up to this grass, and there's basically you park your car, and the second half of the parking spot is where you live. So you put an easy up, and you pitch your tent or whatever. Well, the first night we're getting all of our stuff set up, and the guy next to us, he pitched his tent on the right side, but then his string from his tent went onto our side, and he had it nailed in. I was like, "Oh, bro, yeah, you got to move that. It's on my side." He's like, "Oh, but I already nailed the whole thing." I was like, "Oh, no, don't worry, man. Here, I got a hammer right here. I'll help you. I'll pull it out for you right now." That guy was so mad, and I just yanked it out and said, "Here, we'll pop it right over here. It'll be fine."
Yeah.
So
people are usually pretty chill at Coachella, but you get some weird neighbors sometimes. There's always the dudes that like take way too much drugs or like the acid, and they're just like laying on the grass for like the whole day, and you're like, "Is that guy alive?"
It's vibing.
Someone should check on him.
Ryan, have you ever been to a music festival?
I went to like Knot Fest, I believe, and I did not like it.
Like Slipknot?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
No.
That sounds right.
It sounds like Knott's Berry Farm Fest.
Angel?
Me? Yeah, no. I when I was in my college years, no. The first festival I ever went to was Stagecoach. The wifey and I love country, and we went during I think it was last year last year.
You didn't go with Chris?
We didn't like it. No, we didn't go with Chris. We went separate. But yeah, it was.
What did you not like about it?
It was awful.
Because I know what I didn't like about Stagecoach, and I know what I liked. It'd be interesting.
Well, I think Angel stayed in a hotel or a house, I think.
Stayed with wifey's family who lives like down the road.
Yeah.
So we didn't
Okay.
and the tickets were free. So we just got in.
What did you
Um,
not like about the festival?
It was hot. It was a long
Yeah.
walk. There were a lot of people. We were too far from the stage. Like you have to like wait to get to the stage, and then wifey got food poisoning eating there the second. It might have been just something else, but that's the only thing she ate all day was there. And then the next day we couldn't watch Luke Combs, so that was sad. But
That is
never again.
that's a lot of good points, because with Stagecoach, and the difference between Stagecoach and Coachella is when I go to Stagecoach when I went with Chris and Tanya, it's like I was pretty excited to see some country. I was just getting into country, and Mel showed me a lot of stuff, and I think Luke Bryan was playing. But you're like just watching them on TV, because the way that they're set up, it's less artists, like less stages, and like the big guy comes on at night and everybody's watching him. So the depth of crowd is so far,
It's huge.
it's so deep that unless you're like there
Yeah,
early
it's
on,
everyone in the whole
unless you're there
venue.
early on, you're not going to get close to see like the big names. So whereas Coachella is like all day long, there's 5 artists playing at all times on like 5 or 6 or 7 now different stages. Other than like the biggest people there, you can always get to the front of something. And if you time out your desirable acts right, you could get to the front of some really cool acts that you would never be able to get in close up to normally. So Stagecoach was less about the music, more about the party, which is fun. That was my favorite part. It's just so much party. Everybody's just seems to be one big happy family, and more beer drinking than drug taking, which is more my crowd. Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yeah. So, Angel, I could totally feel the pain of walking over there. So, Ricky came with me one year and we ran out of beer like idiots. So, we said, hey, let's just walk to the closest grocery store. It says it's 2 miles down the road. Let's just walk there in our cowboy boots, get the beer, and come back. Terrible idea. I got like the worst blisters and bleeding on my feet for doing that.
Dude, 2 miles is far when you're walking with heavy. The way there
Yeah.
was probably like, oh, this is chill. Why didn't we think of this sooner? The way back, you're like, fuck everything.
Yeah. I think we ended up on the way back. We said, "F this, let's get an Uber." So we got an Uber, but there wasn't an Uber setup drop off yet. So we told the guy like, "Hey, just drop us off right here by the fence." But when he went to pull over, the security guard said, "Hey, you can't be here." And he stopped. He's like, "Wait, you're an Uber. You know you're not supposed to be here." And he was about to take the guy's like Uber license away.
That doesn't exist, Chris. There's no such thing as an Uber license.
Yeah.
He's talking out of his ass, Angel. He's
Yeah,
talking out of his ass.
Yes, but I did put together for our Buckaroos viewing pleasure a list of short stories from Coachella and Stagecoach. Very short stories, actually. So the first thing was jousting. So, does anyone know what jousting is?
Medieval times.
No,
It's when
never
you
heard
take
of that.
2 penises and you run towards each other.
No, lances. It is?
That is.
Oh,
Angel's having
So
pawn
it's
shop
the- well,
flashbacks.
So jousting is from the Middle Ages, where you get the 2 guys on the horses with a big stick and they run into each
Yeah.
other.
Oh my
Okay.
God, yes,
And
we know
so-
what the fuck jousting is.
So at Stagecoach, we had this fantastic idea. We said, hey, we're going to take all these beer cans and we're going to tape them together in a giant joust. And then we had the 2 guys get on bicycles and we took the Coors Light and Bud Light 30 packs and opened one
That's
end and
hilarious.
put it on their heads like helmets. And then they got this big old crowd going, and then they race down the street. And instead of kind of like jousting each other off, the bicycles just crashed into each other, and they both go over the handlebars and hit each other and kind of pile up right there. It was glorious.
Sounds like a lot of fun to watch.
So another one I did, Tanya had this fantastic idea of we should bring a shit ton of Jello shots. So she made all these Jello shots. We put them in these little plastic containers ready to go. Well, by like the end of the second day, we were like, we still have so many, we should do some with them. So I didn't want to like waste them or anything. So I just put them in a bag. And as we're walking, it's like the evening, we're walking towards the venue to go inside. Just as we'd come across people, I'd say, oh, hey, do you guys want some Jello shots? I got some Jello shots in my white bag right here. And I noticed like the first few people were like, nah, I'm good. And then the second one was, oh yeah, but are you going to take some with us? And I was like, man, heck yeah, let's do it. And then I go to the next person and they said, oh, are you going to take some with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I go to the next one. I'm like, I wonder, why is everyone asking me that? Like, any ideas here?
Fucking poisoning people. You're fucking date raping them.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Like,
The mistake is you have Tanya pass them out. They trust the woman.
yes, that is true. That is true. We did switch on that. So, yeah. Another one. So there's things you just see at Stagecoach, and I was walking down, and these guys had like a corner section, and they're getting set up. So they were assembling like a cage, like a cage that's like 6-7 feet tall, and it fits. It looks like it would fit like one person in it. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? He's like,
What?
they're like, you like that? I'm like, yeah. And so he's holding leopard print heels, and he hangs them at the top of the cage. And he's like, you know what this is? I said, what? He's like, it's a cougar cage.
Shut up. God damn it.
And I'm like, what? I was like, that is such a stupid idea. Would you guys agree that's a stupid idea? Like, no one's going to come to your campsite for that, right?
It worked.
Definitely.
Beyond stupid. It's too hot. It's too goddamn hot to be setting up a cage and then putting heels on the goddamn roof or whatever, the ceiling, for a pun. Did it work? It really worked? Oh, God.
It worked.
So later that day, I looked down the aisle, and there was a line of 25 ladies
Shut up, dude.
waiting for their turn to get in the cougar cage and take their picture. But it didn't just stop there. When you're in the cage, they pulled out a branding iron, and they would dip it in paint
What
and
the?
stick it on your leg.
Wow.
And that's how you would take your picture. And the ladies loved it. They loved
course
it.
they did.
It was just all day action.
Wow.
So
People are a lot of fun at Stagecoach.
the next one, I think, yeah, it was so good. This one happened at Coachella. We had just gone through all the security measures. We were by the Ferris wheel, and we were like looking back, and all I hear is the security guard go, "We got a runner." And so this guy, I guess this is somewhat common, but people will just run through the whole security and then disappear into the crowd is the idea. So I hear this, I turn around and I see this young guy just booking it through, and he's past all the security guards. So I was like, oh, it's not too bad. The guy made it. But then apparently they stationed a bunch of hidden security guards further back, and this giant linebacker guy just came back with a big grin and just
Ugh.
connected and laid this guy out. I was
like that he was smiling, just like,
he's dead right there. They hit him too hard.
The trick is you have to go in with a few people and run, because one of them will get caught.
Yeah. It was like 4 or 5 guys just converging on him like sharks and minnows. It was toast. So this is another Stagecoach one. This was actually our neighbors. So our neighbors were like, I think they were 50-year-old. They were in their 50s. It was maybe like 3 couples of guys and girls, whatever. So I hear them. They're like giggling and playing this game for like 3 hours, and they call over like, "Hey, do you guys want to play a game with us?" And we're like, "Oh, what's it called?" And he's like, "Left, right, tit." I'm like, what? Well, how does it work? And he's like, all right, so you got this dice right here. When you roll it, there's only 3 options. One of them says left, and you move the dice to the left, and the next person rolls. And then when it says right, they move the dice to the right. And when it says tit, you flash everybody and then roll again. And these people got absolutely wasted for 3 hours playing this game with a dice.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of the new Kraken 2.0 beer shotgunning device?
Yes, I have.
You guys have, because we actually did a D&D night. So do you remember how, Ryan, could you describe what it looked like, what its shape was for me?
It was a piece of plastic with 2 pointy ends, and you shoved it in a can and drank out of it.
Yikes.
All right, fantastic. So we had those at Stagecoach. We like shotgunned with our neighbors, and then I dropped them next to the ice chest, and I was like, "Oh, we'll like watch those later." So we had a mini like kids pool that we were soaking our feet in, and I think someone was like, "Hey, can you go inside and get the chips or something?" I was like, "No problem." So I'm walking, and I step on one of these things. Dude, it hurt so bad. And then the best part was the 2 people who went to Stagecoach with us, they're listening to the podcast where I talked about Legos, and I stepped on the Lego in the middle of the night, and they're like, "Chris, what hurt worse, the Lego in the middle of the night or the Kraken?" And I said, 10 times worse, it was the Kraken. Like just tapping my finger on the end of that device is super pointy. It hurts my finger. And when I stepped on it, I was like, oh, it went in my foot.
Oh
I was
my
bleeding.
God.
I must have been. It was
Up to
so
date on your
bad.
tetanus shot.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Let's see here. Oh, there's another one. Dart Can Nuts game. So we're just walking through Stagecoach and we see 10 people sitting on the ground with their like, it's like sitting on the ground, sitting on your butt with your legs spread, and then the person next to you, butt, legs spread. So, but all your toes are touching. So you kind of do like a big ring, and you put 2 beer cans in front of you. They have a metal dart from like bacon. They have a metal dart from a pub or something. And what they do is they throw it up in the air, and it needs to come down and land and hit the beer can. And if it hits the beer can, you got to shotgun the beer can. And then when all your beer cans are gone, you lose. But my question is, who gets tetanus when it lands in your leg, right? And as we're playing, it's landing like right next to these people's legs or their nuts or whatever, and they were no fear. Would you guys play?
No.
Yes.
No.
So if you're at Stagecoach, you got to bring beer, right? What beer do you bring, and how much is a proper amount?
Coors Light.
Coors Light, is that the beer of the people, beer of the South?
If I'm going to Stagecoach, I'm bringing Coors Light, and I'm bringing, if there's no limit, I'm bringing 2 30 racks. Because if I drink 60 beers in 3 days.
This last Stagecoach, there was 4 of us. We took 4 30 racks, and we came home with 11 beers.
Nice.
Yeah. Because things, like, they don't always go. You can take it on the road. They make you throw it away before you get inside the venue. You share with friends. Hey, have a beer. You need the extra.
Right.
If everybody brought a 30 rack, everybody would be fine. But not everybody brings 30 racks. Then everybody wants to play games at your site.
That's right.
It.
That's right.
I saw that long flip cup that you guys played. The never-ending flip cup.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. That was for the viewers out there who don't know. You walk out in the aisle with your table, and you set up a flip cup table or a flip cup game on each side. What if you go and you drink your little bit of beer and you flip your cup, and then it's the next person. So it's like a relay. But as you're doing that, other people come out with their tables. So you line up like 10 tables in a row, and you have this giant consistent flip cup game that keeps going. But then the people at the table are like, hey, how far are we going? I said, oh, we're going to go to the end of the aisle. And they look 100 yards away, and they're like, I don't think I'm going to make it. So I said, oh, let's just turn around. We'll do a little U-turn right here, and it'll be fine. And needless to say, we all survived, but some of us almost died on that flip cup tournament. There's pools there. So, Angel, you might have liked this too. You're like, hey, it's hot. Imagine having a pool, not only any pool, but I'm going to say, imagine having this pool right here, this one. So for the viewers out there, this is an above ground pool that is 25 feet wide, and you stand full height, and the top is right about chest length. So what is that, like 4 feet maybe? It holds 7,000 gallons and can fit some 20 odd people in it. How much do you think it cost to fill that pool at Stagecoach?
$7,000.
Free.
$1 a gallon.
$1 a gallon?
It's free.
Free. Okay, free. We got that.
Everybody pees. It will fill up eventually.
Keep it going. We asked the water guy.
I'm guessing $2,500.
It was $5,500.
Wow.
Go.
So I'm envisioning this group. It was 3 trailers together. They brought $5,500 in cash with them to get their pool filled for 3 days.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think I could bring myself to that.
Maybe.
Not worth. I mean, if I had stupid fuck you money, I would do it. But
Yeah. Ooh, okay. We're getting down to the end of my list here, and these are some of my more favorites. At Coachella, we were doing like a 90s theme, so we all decided to dress up with a Power Rangers t-shirt. And as we were walking down, everyone's like, it's the Power Rangers. And then we would go, it's morphin' time. And we felt like celebrities. It was fantastic. You got this one. Okay. All right. So I like this next one. So at Coachella, at the time, there wasn't trailers. So you're camping your car. So where do you go to the bathroom? They have all these porta potties filled up or throughout the car camping zone. But just keep in mind that every person at Coachella has to use these outhouses. Like when you're at Stagecoach, everyone mostly uses their own RVs, so the public toilets don't get used a lot, but these ones did. So we go down there, and as we're going through, you see that the toilet paper is like overflowing up out of the toilet. So you like open the first one, you're like, nope, nope, nope. So you get all the way down the line, and they were all super full like that. The friend I was there with, in order to protect his identity, let's call him Perry. So Perry says, all right, let's make it happen. So he goes in there, he does his business, he comes out. All the girls were complaining. They're like, I'm not going here because all the stuff's coming out like that. He's like, well, what's the big deal? You just use your foot and stomp it down a little bit first.
What?
And then go for it.
Oh,
Just
shit.
stomp it down. So I look down at his foot, and he is wearing sandals.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Perry. Good choice, man.
Shout out to Perry.
That's a real
Use your
man.
foot.
Any of you guys suffer from hiccups?
Negative.
So
Rarely.
That's the gay disease.
yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I get mad hiccups all the time. And at Stagecoach, I got hiccups the first night, and I had consistent hiccups for the next 3 days, like into the evening, and I would wake up with them.
Like consistent?
On the it probably stopped sometime during the night, but as I was laying down, I was hiccuping, waiting for it to go away. It was just long and steady. It was terrible.
Yikes.
So on the third day, when I woke up, my diaphragm felt like someone just used it as a punching bag in the middle of the night, and I was like, it's not like I got hit in the stomach. It's like the inside of my stomach got hit. And I realized it was super sore from having hiccups for like 3 days straight.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Last one's on here. Pineapple tank top. Does the pineapple symbol mean anything to you guys?
Swingers.
Yes, it does. If it's upside down.
Why does it mean swingers?
Good question. I don't know.
Upside down? So it's not just a pineapple, it's an upside down pineapple.
Yep.
Okay, good to know. So I hear about this the day before I go to Stagecoach. They tell me, say, oh, if you have a pineapple, just make sure not to have it like upside down. So, and I had a pineapple tank top, so I race home to make sure the pineapple tank top is facing the right way, and the pineapples are all facing upward correctly. I'm like, all right, cool. And it's a really cool tank top, super comfy. I love it. So I wear it at Stagecoach, and they have these like public showers where it's just like gym, I guess. There's like a bunch of shower stalls, just, everyone line up, go on the ground, whatever. So I go in there, and I go in the men's one, and I take my tank top off, and most people were throwing a towel over their like sliding thing to ensure that to show that they were using that. But I was like, well, but I'll need to reach my towel when I need to use it. You know what? I don't need my tank top right now. I'll throw my tank top over. So I take my tank top and I lay it over the top of the shower, and I turn the shower on, and then I suddenly look up and realize that my correct way pineapple tank top is now upside down pineapple tank top in the men's locker room shower with everyone else showering as well.
Nice.
Ready to party, baby.
And I see that, and I go,
Cue music.
I go, you know what? This could get real bad real quick. So I said, I even like say out loud, I'm like, ooh, actually, let me grab that. And I grab it and I pull it down, and the guy next to me in the next stall says, good choice. I saw that.
Oh, no.
And I was like, awkward. So then this last Stagecoach, as we're going in, there was like Miss Dr. Sasquatch was handing out free soap to people, like, here, use our soap and you can, get a little free sample, whatever. So I go in there. So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll take the soap. So I'm using the soap, and I drop it. And as I drop it, I take a step to try and grab it. And as I do that, my foot kicks it. It hits the ground. I kick the soap. It slides under and hits the other guy in the foot. And I pause, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be so awkward to ask for that back. And I can see his foot, and I can see it hit the back of his foot. And he like stops, like he turns around, and he kicks it over, and he goes, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
You were sending signals, Chris.
Like,
And he knew what it was.
So you know what I did? I waited until he left. I took an extra long shower waiting for him to leave, so I did not have to make eye contact with him as we
You
left.
couldn't just say, fuck, I dropped my soap.
Yeah,
over.
Or was it just
exactly.
the rejection? I would have been like, oh, what do you mean?
Yeah, super Super duper awkward. Yeah.
Surprised you didn't get beat up at Stagecoach and all. They're very homophobic there.
That is also true. But I also, at Stagecoach, I saw someone flying an upside down pineapple flag. So
Hey, that's where the real party's
Follow
at.
the leader, know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. It was there.
You gotta head over there at night.
It was there. So yeah. So the first Stagecoach I went to was like 2014, and we were super cheap back then. It was no AC. We went cheap. The people we went with were rowdy partiers. They were passing out at other people's campsites, passing out here. It was super wild. They said like, "Hey, we can't wait to party with you guys next year." So then COVID canceled Stagecoach for like 2020 to 2022. And the last two Stagecoaches have been less wild, a little bit less friendly. And I haven't seen as many young people. It seems more like older people. And I'm seeing that it's changing. So I wanted to pitch to you guys. Why do you think all this fun Stagecoach I've been talking about that I've been going to for the last 8 years, suddenly in the last 2 years, it's becoming like an older crowd, not as many young people going? Any ideas?
Because all those right-wing stagecoachers moved out of California.
Oh,
Could be.
that's a good one. That could be it. Yeah.
I actually think that Stagecoach and Coachella are struggling. Coachella didn't sell out this year, first time ever. So I think they're starting to price themselves out of people's desire. And Stagecoach, especially, I think country. I don't know this for sure. I might be talking out of my ass here.
Get him, Angel.
But my hypothesis is that Stagecoach is a really expensive event to go to, and it ain't fucking fun out there for young people right now. Everything's expensive as fuck, and I'm guessing Stagecoach Adventures isn't going to be on the top of your list. I mean, the average cost of Stagecoach for a person, minimum $1,000. Minimum $1,000. If you're crashing on someone's site, they're not charging you.
Mm-hmm.
It's $500 for your ticket, $500 spending there, but that's minimum. The way you guys like to do it, and the way some of these other people doing it with like the pools and all that stuff, you could usually reach 5,000. You could usually 10K. I don't know, like you can get up there.
Yep.
That's not a young person's
you gotta
game.
buy the RV campsite, which is hard by itself. Then I had to go rent an RV for the weekend. And then I had to drag the RV out there and then also include my ticket to get out there. So I agree with Steven on that aspect. Any comments on that, Ryan? Cool.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay that much money.
So what I'm thinking to kind of piggyback on that is it was cheaper back then. We were all younger back then. We were going. The people I see going to Stagecoach now are the same people who have been going for the last 7 or 8 years, like myself. So me, I've been there so many times. I know what to expect. I know how much it's cost going in. I know what my money's going to. But I'm thinking if I were to take a brand new person, like if I would just say, "Hey Ryan, you should come to Stagecoach with us," I think he's gonna see the sticker shock price tag right out the gate, and he's not going to have the background of what that money gets him, what kind of fun that gets him. So I think the young people are not going, and the people who are still there who were in their mid-20s are now the same people, but they're in their mid-30s. And yeah, like myself, I feel like I can't go nearly as hard as I used to. So I think it's drying out. That's where it's going.
Really interested to see what Coachella does next year without selling out weekend 2. Do they try to, what are they going to do? Bolster the roster a little more, lower the prices, maybe go back to one weekend? But like weekend 2 was so much better than weekend 1. Like if I choose to go, I'm going weekend 2 because they have so many glitches in their audio, so many glitches in their lineup and like logistics that by weekend 2, it's sorted out. By weekend 2, hey, we need another artist to come in to like fill this slot or fill that slot. Like this year, what happened? So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I like to follow that because I still really would like to think that I would go back to Coachella and Stagecoach again, that I wouldn't be too old to go back to it. Because it's really good music, a lot of good experiences there.
I like it. So
Never too old, Steven.
I'm too old for this shit. I just want to stay home and play video games. God damn it.
So Angel, so that's, so however you want to edit this part, but that was the end of my spiel. I have my outro section. I don't know if you want me to, I could run through that right now. You could put it wherever you want in the podcast. I don't know if you want me to do it at a different time of the podcast. I figure I would just talk about that and go from there.
I feel like it's a good message, and it's going to cover the original reason why you went to the EDC. You know, it's to experience life. Yeah.
all us cowfolk guys, I'm gonna dive into a quick dialogue. I think it should be pretty quick, and we'll
Cue the
just
music.
we'll see how it goes.
That's what she said.
All right. To all the buckaroos and cowpokes out there, you've walked past it for years. A subtle smirk sneaks up on that just at the sight of it. There it is. Sweet joy, fun, excitement, thrill. Man, all kinds of people are over there, young and old, shy, wild, just getting to it. The nostalgia of the childhood campsites, the parks, the beaches, the outdoors, the pre-cell phones, pre-internet, heck, the pre-worries for that matter. Just you, your journey, and the ones you enjoy being with. The just go there, just do that, just because you can. It was the freedom in the choice to just do it was yours. But glancing back to the road before you, it's hard, rigid, well worn with travel. They say it's time to stick to the road, stick to your lane. You glance up at the signs along the way. Safe, consistent. Keep the repetition to pay for your place in this life. The more you read The Giving Tree, the more you see yourself towards the end of that book. Where, oh, where did that time go? But I doubt the coincidence in you. Here, listening to the Cowboys today. No mere trivial chance that you too were just thinking about it. Yes, that one, that idea right there, that idea of yours, that fleeting thought that arrived so subtly, but you saw it. You've always wanted to. You dreamed you would. Hell, you promised that young kid that you would get up and do it. Yet here you are. Here is your chance to climb the ladder, step up to the platform, find yourself standing there, looking over the edge into one of life's greatest adventures. Summon that call to action, seize this moment, and step off into your great next adventure. Good luck.
Let me tell you, Chris, if you are seriously considering turning that pineapple upside down, I think you don't need to get all biblical about it. I think you should just fucking find a group and do it.
Damn straight. I'm taking my shirt off right now.
Visit the pineapple tree.
All right.
No.
Left, right, or tit? Left, right, or tit?
Why? Chris is naked.
Oh, God. All right.
Shirts off, baby.
He went Bert Kreischer on us. All
All
right.
right, I'll take my robe off.
I'm going to edit you into a David Goggins, Joe Rogan inspirational clip. You know that? With some music and everything.
Oh, here comes Steven's ball. Why?
All right. Thanks for the show, guys. No, that was great. Chris?
Can we just have Alex come on this podcast? It's just
There we
showing his
go.
wiener again.
Alex.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be great.
And we still have Ryan's topic.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say, Chris, good message. Good message. A lot of people, you know, they think they're staying safe and that's the right choice, but they don't experience life. And it seems like you realize that early in life. So that's great.
It's good quotes, Chris, or whatever, if you weren't quoting. Very nice dialogue. But one of my favorite things that I've ever heard was men don't start living until they realize that they're going to die, kind of thing. It was more poetic the way that it was said. But yes, once you recognize and accept your own mortality, that's when you start living your life. And that typically happens for people around our age. And
The time is now.
I think that was kind of what you're going on.
That's it.
Like how it will just pass you by, and don't be scared to make that leap of faith and do something. And that's why I think you're subtly hinting to us with all this pineapple talk that you and Tanya are ready to make the next step. And I'd be honored, but I don't think I'm allowed. So
Let's do it. I got a hot tub and everything.
Good on you guys. Always good to have new people in the lifestyle. So let's go ahead and share screen. We're going to do the last person. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Spin your fucking
All right.
wheel. Yeah. Spin that
So
fucking
I
wheel.
wonder who it'll be. We have Steven and Chris.
I think I have a
Off
0.0001%
The
repeating, of course, chance of it being
Wheel.
me.
The wheel out.
hit
If it
spinning.
lands on the
It's
line.
big money, big
is it
money.
over?
It's
Oh, no.
over. It lands on the line. Or you just go home.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ryan.
Oh, fuck.
Ryan,
All right.
go ahead and
All right.
introduce your topic to the
All right.
bumbuckers.
I call this one the Stranger Things on the Beach.
This is a real sexual episode.
Question before you start.
Yeah.
I have to interject. Is this the one that you're not happy about?
No,
Or
no,
is
this is the one that I'm happy about.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Follow-up question: is this a
Yes.
spooky
I
one?
don't figure this one to be spooky. It's not really spooky.
Why don't you listen and find out?
Yeah, just come down the rabbit hole with me.
Okay.
Just
Question.
jump down.
Do you question? Do you have a pet
Two-part.
peeve about people interrupting you when you're trying to do a topic or a podcast?
I don't think he does.
Nope, I'm Ryan, and I don't have pet peeves. I don't have any.
I do not.
I love everybody.
I don't have any pet peeves.
I love everyone for who they are.
I accept everybody for who they are. Yes.
All right, go.
This one is this. As I said earlier, before I was so rudely interrupted.
I'm
This
glad it doesn't bother you though.
is Stranger Things on the Beach. Now, today's story takes us to Ditch Plains Beach in New York, just outside the business district of Montauk. Our key witness this week is Jenna Hewitt, Stephen. Not to be
Jenna Hewitt.
Jenna Hewitt, not to be confused for Jennifer Love Hewitt of Garfield fame. This is Jenna Hewitt.
There you go.
Great. Now I'm gonna jerk off
It's a
because
good
she's my
one.
all-time
Where-
model.
Where is Montauk?
Montauk Bay.
Got
It's
it.
in New York City
I'm there.
or New York State.
New York State.
And we're on Ditch Plains Beach, Christopher. Remember that. Now, on the morning of July 12th, 2008, Jenna is taking a stroll on the beach with her three friends, and she's talking to her friends about what she likes to eat for breakfast. And she said, "My favorite type of bagel is a jalapeno cheese bagel." And she says this as she's sipping on her coffee and nibbling on the bagel. "The slightly burnt cheese and the spicy jalapeno really get my morning going." But as she's eating her bagel, she sees something on the beach. Christopher, what do you think she finds on the beach?
A seashell.
A
Yes.
seashell. Angel, what do you think Jenna Hewitt found on the beach?
Well, let me tell you, man. Okay, she sells seashells, so seashell. I agree with
A
Chris.
seashell. A seashell. Steven, what do you think, Jenna?
What does she see on the beach? I think she's seen a dead body.
A dead body.
Under
kind
a
of body,
seashell?
Steven?
What?
A bloated saltwater corpse.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You know about this, don't you? Don't you?
That was oddly specific, Steven.
No, I don't. Am I right?
Let me show you.
Oh my
what-
god.
Let me show you
Yeah.
what she finds on the
Steven,
beach.
have you been to New York before?
You're gonna show us a picture?
I just
No.
no. Yeah, I don't know. That just came to my head. I think he was sending me telepathy.
All right, I'm going to explain this to our listeners, and I'm going to show all of you. How do I do this?
Yeah.
The little up arrow at the bottom.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
This is what she
Oh,
found on
what?
the beach.
I was thinking
Yeah.
human corpse. That is not.
Somebody please describe this for
Just
our
think of
viewers, and I'm
what
gonna
you
laugh
think
while
a
you do it.
chupacabra is. It looks
It
like
looks-
it's flipping us off, by the
It's
way.
the
Cobra, Steven,
head of
that's
an
what you
eagle with the body of a hamster and the bottom part of a chicken.
Yes.
That's a harpy.
It looks like this bloated creature with a beak and sharp teeth and claws and pinchers. It's a monster.
I'm
That's what you
I'm getting
can
like
find on the
naked
beach.
mole rat vibe with a beak.
Pretty good.
Chupacabra.
So that is what Jenna found on the beach. Jenna and her friends stopped and joked that what they found on the beach came from the infamous Plum Island just off the shore. They took a picture of the creature and contacted their local newspaper. And on July 23rd, the newspaper posted a black and white picture of what we just witnessed. And after they posted that picture, it spread all across the nation, and everyone kept talking about the Montauk Monster. I remember seeing this when I was
You
a
remember seeing this?
21-year-old. I did because it was fascinating. It was a fucking monster. And look at it. You saw it.
It was a little hamster-looking thing. Could have been photoshopped, and you were
A
intrigued.
fucking monster. It was his early internet days. I knew this is something
Okay.
fucking
How
strange.
how big would you say this thing is? Like it's in the sand, so it's kind of hard to tell depth. But do you think you could like here? Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop.
I would say it's got to be at least like 3 feet long.
3 feet
Probably
long.
Probably
Okay.
3 feet long and on all fours. It's probably 3 feet tall.
Like a capybara.
Like a dog size, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
a medium sized dog.
Steven's going
Fucking
hunting.
big.
Steven is holding a
Really?
bow and arrow on the podcast.
He's gonna go hunting whatever you showed us.
Now, because it got national attention and everyone wondering what the fuck it is, of course, the government had to step in. A man named Larry Penny stepped out. He's the director of the East Hampton Natural Resources, and he investigated some pictures of it. He didn't actually go out there and see it. And you know what Larry said this creature is, Angel?
He said it was a capybara or a hamster. He said it was something logical. And
Ooh,
just don't worry about it,
capybara.
Ryan.
That's a good guess. is it a giant New York rat? This mutated?
No, he said as a fucking raccoon
What?
That is the worst
that's
description.
missing its upper jaw.
A hairless, bloated raccoon. Maybe
Not
I'll
even
look that up.
fucking close to a raccoon, and I call bullshit. But nobody really cared what Larry had to say, and the local economy jumped
He
on
was a
this,
shill.
and they jumped on this new urban legend, just started selling all kinds of merchandise with the Montauk Monster on it. Nobody gave a shit. Everyone's just making some fucking money on it. Now, Larry didn't actually investigate the body. He just looked at the pictures and acted like a hot shot and said, fucking raccoon. You know what happened to the body? Chris, what happened to the
Man,
body?
you know, there's some weird people out there. Like, I kind of feel like someone wanted to eat it.
I think someone stuck.
Can't hear you.
their
Get closer to the mic.
Oh,
Billy
wait,
Willy
did
inside
someone
of it.
eat it and that's how COVID started?
Did somebody fuck it?
Whoa.
Good question.
I'm glad I asked you to get closer.
You know what the answer is, Steven?
What?
No one really fucking knows.
What?
But
Oh wow.
some say
Oh wow.
that the body was the size of a cat and just decomposed by the time the press got there and that black and white picture was posted and the nation became
That's
obsessed.
not
It just dissolved. Doesn't seem very likely. Some
Government
other
took it.
eyewitnesses claim that they saw men in hazmat suits come and shuffle the corpse away. But you know what our main witness says, Jenna Hewitt, not to be confused with Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh,
She claims that a man came and buried the corpse in the forest behind his house, and she refuses to disclose just where that location may be out of fear of what might happen to him and her.
Why is she worried for him?
I don't know, maybe he's a lover.
Or
lover.
what?
So why is there so much mystery around this creature other than its grotesque looks? Well, that lies with the location of Plum Island. Chris, have you ever heard of Plum Island?
I have not.
Let me take you on a history lesson, Chris. I'm taking a
Whoa.
page
Let's
out of your
do it.
book.
I'm getting super hard right
Alright.
now.
What a switch!
Flipping the script.
What a switch!
Yeah,
Switcheroo.
surprise, Steven. You still get a history lesson.
I'm looking at Plum Island on Google Maps right now, and there's a Plum Island Animal Disease Center on there.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to
Whoa.
that, Steven.
Oh,
So Plum Island was purchased by the government in the Spanish-American War, and Fort Terry was quickly constructed. And Fort Terry very quickly earned a reputation for various scientific experiments. And just after World War II, you know what happened, Christopher? You know who moved in?
After World War II, was it the Nazis?
It was the goddamn Nazis.
Oh, I knew it.
Those goddamn Nazis.
So after World War II and all these Nazis came to America and they started doing all kinds of experiments that we can go into on another podcast and won't go on this one. But they experimented with things like nerve gas. They created the V2 rocket. Yet these are the official projects. But there are several mysterious projects that our trustworthy government decides that we don't need to know. One of these was in 1978, a strange virus was unleashed to local wildlife, and all the animals that got infected were quickly eliminated.
No way.
Yes, the government killed all the animals on the island and just said everything was taken care of. In 2004, just before the Montauk Monster came out in 2008, there were 2 reports of outbreaks of foot and mouth disease, which was supposedly eradicated in 1929.
Did you say foot and mouth disease?
Foot and mouth
Bro,
disease, not to
that's
be
in my
Steven, stop. Let me finish. Not to be confused with hand, foot, and mouth disease. I'm talking about foot and mouth disease. I knew you would say it because you guys got dirty ass.
Steven, you-
less body parts
Steven,
sounds
you
way less
idiot.
dangerous.
You need to listen to these very complicated and very, super.
Listen, it's only the foot and mouth, not the hand, foot and mouth. It's way less dangerous.
Foot and mouth disease was eradicated in 1929. You know where the last outbreak of foot and mouth disease was before the Montauk outbreak? Do you know, Steven? Since you know so much goddamn much about foot and mouth disease?
1865. The last breakout was in 1904.
Liar.
Dude, everybody
Wow.
knows
No,
that.
it was in 1929. I already said that. And it was in Montebello,
Oh,
California.
shit.
I know where that is.
Oh, you're talking about the Montebello case. That's actually kind of controversial because there was only 2 patients, so it wasn't really an outbreak, and there was like theories that the doctor wasn't really testing the right stuff, so it wasn't really foot and mouth disease. It was hand, foot, and mouth
That's
disease.
right.
Or getting it confused.
Dude.
So the real outbreak, the last one that actually happened that was documented, was on the East Coast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at a small daycare facility that was run by the Lutheran Church. I think it was called the Non-Orthodox Methodist Baptist Church of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Get your facts straight.
James, that's how
Talk.
someone talks out their ass.
Damn, just spitting knowledge over here.
Yeah.
Like a pro. Now, the most common theory for what the Montauk Monster actually is, we're going to go full circle to what Steven said earlier, is that this is the result of genetic experiments of mutated animals that were actually created on the island. You know what creature is rumored to have been created on this Plum Island facility?
The New Jersey
Christopher? The
Chupacabra.
fucking chupacabra. The
chupacabra.
fucking chupacabra.
The fictional character that no one has seen.
And the number one.
That's very close. You know how I know that's Chupacabra? Because in a Workaholics episode, they had a Chupacabra episode and it looked like that. So maybe they pulled the same thing.
Oh, it does look like that.
They may have.
Oh, yeah. But see, I thought the La Chupacabra was in Mexico. Are you saying we created a La Chupacabra and then put it in Mexico to terrorize people?
Possible. It's possible.
It's messed up.
Yeah. So, like the most common rumor on the internet these days is the Montauk Monster was created on Plum Island and was lucky enough to escape from the horrors of the island to find a brief life of freedom before washing up dead, bloated on the shore of Ditch Plains Beach in front of Jenna eating her jalapeno bagel.
Wow.
Bro, the only reason it's bloated is because it drowned. It was in the water. Was in the water for too long. Bloated corpse.
Yeah, I have been fascinated with the Montauk Monster.
I'm surprised that it wasn't eaten by the sea life out there.
Oh,
There's a lot
fuck
of
that. That
sharks.
thing's fucking crazy looking. Nothing's gonna
Oh,
eat
like
that
the fish
fucking
is gonna
thing.
look at it like, are you gonna eat that?
The shark's like, I'm picky today. I don't want to eat this free meal.
Got a sharp ass beak.
Man,
It's not gonna pass it.
I don't know, Ryan. We're talking. I'm looking at. So that thing would have had to float 83 miles to get to the corner above New York. Then it would do probably another 83 miles. 117. So we're talking about that thing had to float 200 miles to land on that beach and not get picked apart in the ocean.
Wow.
It was radioactive. Really good sense.
Radioactive.
No, I've got another picture of it. Another angle.
Another angle. This will get you.
It's even uglier. This one you could kind of see a belly button or a.
Dude.
You know, this thing doesn't have a penis. That kind of proves.
You say it's a mammal?
It kind of proves that it was genetically created because it doesn't have a penis or a vagina. Let me show you this thing.
It's a eunuch.
My kind of woman.
All right, check this one out. Check this one out. Boom, baby.
That's a beaver.
Oh.
Sign into Google,
Not a
Ryan.
fucking beaver. Look at that thing.
That's a mole rat. That's a beaver.
Look at his claws.
Oh yeah.
And it's huge.
That's not a beaver.
Not a fucking beaver. That's a monster.
Wait, why not?
Right on the right page with like a
Remember
mole rat
Kim
type of
Possible?
spot. Much bigger.
It looks like the little guy from Kim
but
Possible.
in the same
It's
family.
too big. It's too big to be a mole rat.
Yeah, or people were saying on that webpage that it could be a pig, but I'm like a little one. But I'm curious that it has no hair or fur on it. So let's just say it was a beaver or whatever. I don't. There's even when they die, I don't see that all of that fur coming off. Like we're talking about, this thing looks like it got waxed completely, 100%.
Well, Larry's claiming it's a fucking raccoon missing part of its jaw.
Oh, like the
don't
upper. I
believe
was about to
Larry.
say if you take away the upper part of the skin and just leave bone, the mandible, the other upper part, it kind of could resemble a beak if you shave it off right.
Yeah, I can see that. But why is the fur so precisely removed from a raccoon?
You're some sick bastards.
But there'd still be patches of fur. Like raccoons are very furry creatures.
I mean, like I said, that thing is unbelievably waxed. Even like under its armpits, there's zero hair on its body.
Remember when Chris got waxed?
You ever get waxed? Wait. I gotta hear this.
He got Chris. Speaking of getting waxed, Chris got a full body wax prior to his first marriage.
Oh shit.
What was the purpose of the full body
And
wax?
he went with his best man to get fully waxed. And I'll let Chris tell you how it felt a few days after. Not to mention the procedure of waxing the car.
Yeah, so when Steven said I got a full wax, I got a wax from my neck to my balls. So it was just my chest, stomach, and the Brazilian all the way down. And it was why do it? And it was one of those things where I was like, why not? Let's just try it out. Let's see how it goes. And then about 10 minutes into it, I was like, no, this is not a try it out and see how it goes. This is a bad idea. So
Where did you find the place to do it?
yeah,
How
I
did you
just
find the place?
you know, it was in gosh, it was up there north of Pomona. It was like Upland area. Right? Yeah, I think it was Upland because I was living in Pomona at the time. And I think I just Googled men's Brazilian wax or something like that. And it was right here. So
How did you convince Justin to go?
yeah, that was pretty. I just asked him. I was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to go by myself. Do you want to go?" And he was one of the guys where he's like, "Dude, let's just do it, whatever it is." And so I said it to him, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." And then he had the same thing. Once he got there, he was like, "Oh, this is a bad idea." So, but as I'm laying there, it took them like 2 hours just to get everything off my chest and stomach, and it was like
Oh
so
my,
painful.
2 hours?
Yeah, I had so much
Dude.
hair. So
Did you get a boner when they were moving your dick around?
no, not at all. Actually, it was. I mean, it would,
helps,
but I
actually,
was
to
in
get
so
a
much
boner.
pain. I was so much pain. It just had given up. And it was funny. She put like a little paper over everything, and then as she started waxing it, I was like, "It's cool. Just do what you got to do." So she brushes that away. She's like, "All right, here, slather, pull, go."
Jesus
And she
Christ.
just cranked through it. Yeah. So then it was like another hour or so on that stuff. So I come out, and Justin's like, so I went in before Justin, and he just got his balls waxed. I got everything else. So I went in first and I came out last. And he's like, "Dude, you were in there for so long." But then Justin was saying, he said, I thought because you're supposed to let the hair grow out a little bit. Well, apparently he let his grow out too far, so they didn't use wax. They had to use like black tar to
What?
rip his off.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hell
Dude.
yeah. That should be like the punishment to a competition.
Dude, I
one of these
remember
days
seeing
is one of us four
Yeah.
has to get their asshole and balls
I don't
waxed.
have, like,
Loser. Yeah.
oh my God, yeah. And I remember Chris like the next day or what it was like the next day or the day
Yeah,
after
it
he had, like,
was.
pimples,
It was.
like red
So
everything.
what
everywhere.
happened there? So I went home, and
Like,
so two things. One, I've had like a lot of chest hair and everything for most of my life. When I had that, I have never been so cold in like 75-degree weather in my entire life. I was shivering in my house, and I just lay down, and everything's
because you
still
had an infection.
right. Well, it might have been that too, but it almost felt like I had a sunburn. Was the pain everywhere? So I said I just got to lay down and go to bed, and I didn't want to put a shirt or anything on, so I just grabbed a blanket that I had laying on my bed and just pulled the blanket over me. Well, that blanket I probably hadn't washed in like a month or two, so it had oils and all kinds of good stuff on it. So that sat on my open chest the night before. When I woke up, I had never had so many pimples in my life.
Oh my God.
I just looked down. I was like, "What happened?" I had to get a loofah and just scrub and scrub and scrub.
no.
Yeah, and like eventually it smoothed out.
Was that right before your wedding or like before the honeymoon?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you
So
went right
it was
to
like
your
a week or
honeymoon.
two before my first wedding, and it was terrible. And the funny thing was, after everything was done, I don't feel like it made me look better. I feel like it actually made me look worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could have told
yeah.
you that. I could have told you that.
Good times.
I'm just so happy you didn't
That's
make me
right.
go.
That's
with
right.
it.
Next time I'll ask you, Steven.
I would have said no. Next
So
one.
I've got my back waxed. I got my
Going
back
for the hat
waxed
trick.
once,
See,
and it was very painful around the shoulders. Like the hair is
I
rooted.
saw 40-year-old virgin.
And
Oh,
it is. That was the worst back here. Everything else was fine, but dude, the pain. I can't even imagine doing my
I
balls.
would
in my
love
chest.
that to
Fuck
be
that.
a punishment.
I
It's
had
gonna be the new punishment for fantasy football.
Oh,
Is you
yes.
have to get your balls waxed.
do it.
Oh my. Oh no, dude. Nobody will do it. The thing is, like, half the people would just not follow.
You got to do it.
And how do we prove it? We'll prove it.
video.
Yeah, picture.
You got to be there. We got to have someone there.
I'll send you my balls freshly waxed.
Yeah,
I would get a bone. I think I would get a boner.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I had a lady from my young days that wanted me to wax the nether region, and I acquiesced, and she did it herself. And the first strip, I just started bleeding, and we're like, "We're not, nope,
Oh,
no, we're done.
We
We're
started
done.
this. We're finishing it. Damn it.
Nope. One strip, and I was like, nope,
Oh my
no
God.
more. Done, we're
I think it'd be
done.
funny, like, see, for Chris, like, you could just do, okay, we're gonna wax a strip of your chest, right? And just video, that'd be hilarious. For me, the only hair I really have on my body is like my ass.
Really?
In the armpits or whatever. So like, yeah, I'm like hairless. And you'd have to wax my ass. That's the only place.
That's it. That's the only place. That's the only solution.
That's the only place you
You
can do
gotta
it.
wax my butthole.
Armpits? Do
Yeah,
people wax
they wax
armpits?
You can.
Where you got
Those
hair.
ones sound painful too because the skin's more loose in that area.
Sensitive.
Mm.
So you're saying Lax Chris looked like the Montauk Monster?
Yes, that is that is an unbelievably accurate representation. And I just kind of like laid that way.
That's why the first marriage didn't work out.
God damn.
So final thoughts on the Montauk Monster, raccoon, or
they call it Stranger Things on the beach because it kind of looks like that monster from the first season. of
I
Stranger
called it
Things.
Stranger Things on the beach.
Ah.
My story, Steven.
Is that why you called it that?
I called it that because of the experimental facility.
Got you. All right, cowburgers. This is your.
Raccoon or monster, Steven? What say you?
I believe it's a genetically modified mole rat.
Could be part mole rat. Could be part raccoon.
Mole rats, aren't they known to handle high intensity of radiation or something?
I don't fucking know much about a mole rat at all, to be honest with you.
Whatever. You know what? It doesn't.
Christopher, what say
Yeah,
you?
so I mean, call it a monster if you want. I'm in the mole rat camp. And I would step because the body shape looks like it. I could see if the snout is missing, kind of had a funky jaw. I could totally see that and the way its limbs were. And as far as why it had no hair on its body, I'm thinking either it was maybe near like a nuclear spill issue, like nuclear power plant, or it was having some kind of like radioactive testing on it. And I think the radioactivity caused the hair to fall out and it died also in the process.
Yes. That is.
Angel, what say you?
Me?
Yeah.
Ryan, you talk a lot of shit about my incredible record. Okay. On everything.
Back to the fort.
Yeah, back to that. Okay. Impeccable record.
I am undefeated with you. Remember this.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's a mole rat.
What the fuck did Larry said raccoon? Larry said raccoon.
I don't give a fiddler's fuck what Larry said.
Well,
I think it's a mole rat.
We all know Larry is full of shit.
Oh, you know what?
Larry's-
You know what? Hold on. Can you show that picture one more time?
Hello.
The first one or the second one?
The first one. I need to see the first one.
Look how fucking small. Have you ever seen a mole rat?
Kim
You know what it
Possible.
looks
Kim
like?
Possible and mole
I've
rat.
held a mole rat.
Bring up.
Let me show
Bring
you.
up a
Let me
mole
show you
rat.
what the fuck
Show me a mole rat.
looks
Show me
like.
your mole rat. Show me
You
your
wanna
mole
fuck
rat.
a mole rat?
Pull out your mole rat.
Dude, that sounds disgusting.
Show me your mole rat.
Here's a fucking mole rat. That's a fucking mole rat
Ew.
right here.
It's exactly what it looks like.
But it's tiny. It's
You
tiny.
can get a
Look at the
big
teeth.
mole rat.
Ew, dude. What the fuck?
Mole rat is like fits
Why
in
is
your
it so
hand.
wrinkly?
The fucking
It's
Montauk Monster's
wrinkly?
huge.
Well, because it's bloated, right?
Yeah.
So you think you can...
It's blown like to 10 times its size and
Yeah.
bloated.
That one looks funny.
For all the viewers out there, we are scanning the entire internet of various naked mole rats.
Mm.
Very disturbing. Very, very ugly.
Yeah, I think it's a mole rat, dude. A giant mole rat. That's my final answer.
All right. Fuck you. I'm getting you next week, Angel.
You had me one time with cursed objects.
Which one?
Yeah, that's it, 'cause I had one.
Take your victory while you got it, Ryan.
You're in a dry streak right now.
Can't win them all.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ryan, and everybody else on the podcast, Chris and Steven. You guys did a fantastic job. It's getting very late. Let's wrap it up. But first, I want to thank everyone for listening. Please like, subscribe, and all the things you do on your favorite listening device and platform. Gentlemen, is there anything you want to say to our lovely listeners before we sign off?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Yes, I would. It's not a fucking mole rat. That's what I want to say.
I just wanted to say thank you to our devout listener and our extremely large fan club. Your support just means so much to me. I heard this song today. I don't want to get into it. It's going to make me cry. Sorry, take it away,
All
Chris.
the buckaroos out there, we just want to thank you for the support because it's allowing for the electricity to be turned on at our house to make this recording. So it's your viewing pleasure is going right back into the system for more viewing pleasure. Thank you and ride out.
You have solar panels, Kristen. You're like,
How dare you?
Okay, so I'm selling a little bit. I'm selling most of it to Edison, and then the providers are covering whatever I've left.
Ryan, did you say anything?
Yeah, I said it's not a fucking mole rat. That's what I said.
All right.